Let's get ready to rumble, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Todd, the Saint, holiest nigga around. We gonna get right into this. How everybody doing, or how some people are doing? Cause I don't know how many people stop by this shit. We just started this YouTube streaming shit, so hey man, maybe this will make it videos. But the reactions are gonna get dropped on the live channel. And I realized I gotta record. I gotta start the recording because if I'm not recording, I can't even download the VOD, and that's so annoying, bro. This is a lady that fell in love with her therapist, bro. I saw this situation all over TikTok, and I keep on going so far back I can't really find where it began. Where is my phone? Right here. Okay, let's get into this, bro. Let's see what this woman is talking about.
Booked a 90-minute intake, and I show up to the intake, and this man is my age,
Okay.
and I can't help but notice that he's pretty attractive. This
Okay. I feel like you fall in love if you think your therapist is pretty hot. I feel like as long as your mental health is in the right place, you trying to, get close to him and start poking on him is a good thing in nature. I feel like people should get with people. That's just my opinion on some hot take shit. But other people would be like, it's unethical for a person. Probably if he knows all your mental illness. Yeah, that can get iffy. So, yikes. Never mind.
psychiatrist.
Sorry to hit you with a jump scare right at the beginning of the video. That was Kendra Hilty.
I ain't gonna lie. I know this nigga be running through white women. Look at the team rocking on his shirt. I feel like that.
Kendra Hilty fell in love
I
with
don't know where that came from, bro. I'm just bidding, bro. I just be talking shit through a video, bro. Guys, I want niggas to understand I do pause a lot and periodically, bro. So if you don't like that shit, bro, go ahead. Go ahead, find another nigga to watch, bro. If you do watch my videos.
her psychiatrist. Now you're probably wondering, you mean her therapist? No, I mean the person that prescribes her medication.
Oh, I thought it was her therapist. The difference between a therapist and a psychiatrist, one nigga give you medicine. Oh, one nigga probably write what you can get, and the other nigga give you. Yeah, I mean.
Because the psychiatrist was listening to her. So I'm just gonna point this out. I don't think she's misguided or emotionally messy. I think she's dangerous. I've watched the
Ooh.
entire 19-part series now.
19-part series. Do I fuck around, bite the bully, and watch it? Hold up. Hold on. Let me go on to TikTok. And Venom twerking. That's the first thing that pop up. A symbiotic nigga throwing ass, bro. I fell
There's still a chance to stop them!
in love with my psychiatrist.
I got a new therapist. I stopped begging my psychiatrist to see me weekly, and
Okay. Did she take the videos down? Look, okay. God damn,
I fell in
bitch.
love with my psychiatrist, and he knew that, and he kept me for years as a patient until I was brave enough to leave him. I want to talk about it.
Okay.
Usually when I go on this app and I have a question, I have a bunch of videos that pop up, and I searched in love with my psychiatrist and nothing happened. So I would really like to discuss what happens when we fall in love with our mental health professionals, and most
Nigga said, here we go.
importantly, the fact that there are so many people, especially men, that are emotionally dead inside, that feel called to going into psychiatry and therapy so they don't have to feel their feelings, but they can feed off of the vulnerability of their mostly female patients.
Okay. This either could be two things. Either she could be applying a lot of onus. No, three things could happen. Either she's applying a lot of onus to the situation, right? And like onus as in like, I don't know if I'm using onus right, or she's trying to say something that is not. The nigga could have been mentally manipulating her and stringing her along to like get like book more deals and book more shit so she can spend more money. I don't know how that works. Or third, two different perspectives could be going on. The nigga could be just doing his job and thinking that he's doing the right thing, and she could just be, yeah, I mean, having her own little la la land in the middle of her dome piece of her headspace. That's all me saying. This could be going on in her head, and something else can be going on in his head. Different perspective, bro.
What do you guys think? I fell in love with my
She kind of cross-eyed. She fucking me up. Elite.
Yes, I told him often that I had a crush on him. Told him all the time
Okay.
that I thought he was attractive.
Okay.
And he just would smile and not say anything.
But okay, what's wrong with you? Like, no, I don't see. Like, what if he's a non-confrontational nigga? And I feel like your psychiatry is like, it's your like you're not mentally ill, right? And someone educate me in the comments. Like, I feel like as a psychiatrist, his job is to maintain your mental well-being. Cause like I feel like I don't think he's about to start tripping if you're wigging out. I feel like, especially if he knows all your problems and trials and tribulation, I think he's trying to let you down easy, or he's like, oh, that's nice, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know when a kid gives you like a fucking bug he found on the ground, or hands you something he made from crochet, you're like, oh, that's nice, you know, because you know he gotta handle you with kitty gloves because he knows all your mental illnesses.
Because he was the king
That's like
of plausible deniability. He didn't ever like ask me if I had a crush on him, but he didn't do anything when I told him.
Nah, this bitch is delusional. Nah, bro. What? You're mad at a nigga for inaction? And like, bro, it'll be more of a state. You know, let's get. All I'm saying, it will be more of a problem if he was feeding into your delusion or feeding into like you liking him, and it was like an unhealthy workplace. You know, not an unhealthy workplace, an unprofessional. I'm sorry. It was unprofessional because I don't think you can have like a romantic relationship with a psychiatrist or therapist because y'all niggas are getting intimate. If y'all were to take it that far, y'all niggas picking up what I'm putting down.
Sorry, but what did you want him to do? Get rid of you as a patient? Yes. Yes. That's what they're taught in psychiatric training, is that the moment that there is romantic feelings.
Psychiatrists, psychologists and are taught not to immediately abandon their patients when it happens. They are encouraged to explore why they are okay restraint. So this makes sense. This makes sense right here because I'm not well versed in all this shit, but I would assume if someone was like, I love you, and you just abandon them and you just be like, this is unprofessional, I don't think we can work, that could do like irreparable damage to someone mentally, especially someone who's already mentally teetering or getting help. You know, that can give them a lot of abandonment issues, right? So it's like a weird dichotomy. You know, it's like a weird, like, damn, like, you, like any normal thing as a normal person in a normal workplace, if someone says they like you, think you're handsome, you feel uncomfortable, like, that's unprofessional. Or if you, like, feel uncomfortable with work with them, you be like, all right, we can move on to another thing. This nigga's job is, like, to maintain your feelings and emotion and understand why you're feeling this way. You know? That's his whole shebang and, still, like, and shtick. You feel me? And him, like, all the, like, cutting you off cold turkey he don't know what the fuck you gonna do, because his job is to make sure your mental and your medulla oblongata is correct, you know?
It is on them to transfer that patient out. Without a doubt. He was the one with the medical degree. He was the one that knew better. But he loved the attention that I gave him too much.
Like, okay, I'm not saying she can't be wrong, but I feel like she's putting all on him, that as a grown adult trying to say I loved him and he was getting all the attention and things of that nature. Like you're an adult woman. You look like you're in your like late 20s, early 30s. You should have the wherewithal to understand that, oh, this is unprofessional, and me doing this and me telling him, like, you're taking away the responsibility from you. Like, that's the thing.
To do the right thing.
But maybe, listen, maybe that's the only way she can rationalize why, like, things turns out the way it turned out. We don't know how it turned out. We just getting bits and pieces. I need to shut the fuck up.
So yes, that's what I wanted him to do. The ethical thing. Oh, he wasn't just fine with me having a crush on him and being in love with him. He loved it. And he had every ethical duty to end the psychiatric relationship when he found out that I had a crush on him. But he kept me for years after. And this is what I mean. He was a 38-year-old, attractive.
Oh, so y'all are the same. Damn, bitch, you damn near 40. I understand. Like, come on, bro.
Smart, extremely successful psychiatrist, but he did not date. Why didn't he date? Because he got his emotional needs met feeding off of his patients.
How the fuck are you gonna say, like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie. What if this nigga, like, how are you gonna tell this? Like, you don't even know anything about this man to say that. What the fuck is wrong with this woman? What if this nigga had like a lover in the past and she died when they were younger and he like vowed never to be in a relationship ever again, my nigga? Like, what? How? Who the hell are you? Like, bro, it'd be people like this who really think they know you and understand who you are. Be the most craziest people. This shit gotta be trolling. On God, she has to be trolling, bro. This woman on my life has to be trolling. Who are you to say why this nigga don't date? Did he tell you, woman?
And getting fantasy supply from them and being seen by them. I'm really good at seeing people. He loved the way I saw him. It is a crazy story, and I can't wait to share it.
Like he 34-year man who did not date, and that's because, like, bro, it's like every person. I feel like people like this who every person they interact with, right? They try to like make them this like villain or this character or this person they like experienced in the past, because she probably has some past trauma of people doing this to her, right? Instead of seeing the person who they really are, because some people really be doing that. You just gotta clock it. But this is just crazy, girl. Get over it. Like,
Was I going through something psychologically? Let me be perfectly clear here. Even if I was going through something psychologically, it was on my psychiatrist to do something about it, because he was the one with the ethical training and the psychiatric knowledge. So, to answer your question, no. I was not going through something. I was simply wanting to go back on ADHD meds. And I told him in my intake about some of the family stress that I had went through, relational stress. And he also diagnosed me with not only ADHD, but other trauma, stressor-related disorders. He did not tell me about that diagnosis until I asked him a year and a half later. But what he did with that diagnosis was he used it to recreate attachment bonds and make me addicted to him.
what? Like, oh my God, like you're 30. Like, she said he was like they're around the same age, I think, right? But like you're like 36, still hung up on this nigga, bro. Like, bro, and you're on TikTok shilling your problems out. You're mentally ill, my nigga. Like, and you went out there and seek the help. I don't know if therapy and psychology or a psychiatrist is the same thing, but you went out and seeked help, and you're still mentally ill online. It's like, bro, it's like the blind leading the blind on, like, and you're gonna have a bunch of random people validating how you feel. This woman just sound crazy to me, bro. And I'm really trying to, like, I'm not trying to be like that nigga online, but like, this woman just crazy. But like, how are you gonna like, who are you to say how this nigga was feeling, bro? Like, and the thing is, you kept going back, and it's not even like it was like explicit, like y'all were having like a physical relationship, or like there was he tried to feign interest. You literally, you explain to us in your own words every time I tell you he like, and people are like, okay, word, cool, that's nice, thank you, appreciate it. Like, that's exactly how it went. That's exactly how she's explaining it, right? And it's not even like they had a relationship, you know. He just kept it at bay. He kept it at arm's distance. It's like when you have that homegirl you're constantly flirting with, but you know nothing gonna come up of it. Yeah, y'all just constantly flirting, nothing gonna happen. Am I a manipulator for letting that happen? She said, as the psychiatrist and as the nigga with the PhD. I would think he's not trying to, all the things you tell him and like the past traumas, he's not trying to cut cold turkey like I said in the beginning. Like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with her?
Okay, I don't know who you are, but you absolutely get it. Because predatory psychiatrists who feed off of the emotions and vulnerabilities of their patient for a living, they absolutely do not ever intend to catch feelings. They do not intend to catch feelings. But my psychiatrist accidentally caught feelings for me because, and I know that he did because
Okay.
he started leaking at the end. He started leaking at the end by, he accidentally
What that mean?
told me one time that he had countertransference. That was a big slip for him. And I was the one that still had to walk away. But yeah, it is absolutely a predator's worst nightmare to catch feelings for their supply. So I don't know who you are, but you get it. So thank you for
bro,
seeing the
I ain't
truth of
gonna lie,
this
bro.
situation too.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what the fuck transference is, but like, yo, like niggas are like transference is just when a therapist responds emotionally to a patient's beside their own past experiences unhealthy trauma. That like, oh, okay. So basically it's just the nigga feeling for the patient, bro. Like, oh, okay. So she's trying to, she's Panini. Like, this is Panini when Chowder, no, like, it's like, she's crazy.
Oh, I know it's common, but what's unethical about this situation is that my psychiatrist did not help me work through my feelings. What my psychiatrist did was stayed completely silent as I would pour out my love and devotion to him. And
this gotta be rage bait. Nah, like, this gotta be for clicks. This gotta be for views. Nah, she's gotta be crazy.
Just drank it in and did nothing to help me work through those feelings. Nothing to help me work through past attachment issues.
I ain't gonna lie. See, there it is. She got decided to stop being her psychologist. Yo.
Nothing to help me grow and realize that I was in love with someone who couldn't love me back. He just sucked it in. And that's what made it unethical.
Yeah, this woman is mentally draining. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. This lady right here is right. It sounds like this nigga said, yo, this bitch is crazy. He said, I'm done being this girl psychiatrist, bro. And he said, yeah, we're done. And she crashed out.
Yeah, I learned that through this experience, that many broken and wounded men are attracted to psychiatry when they're in med because they learn that they have access to vulnerability, to extreme vulnerability.
I don't think people, I'm gonna keep her talk.
They themselves don't allow themselves to feel or access.
Okay.
But they can get it from their patients. So that's why they can do anything, but they go to psychiatry. So they can feed off of the vulnerability of their patients and be the wounded healer instead of having to just face their own demons. Yeah, I will not be seeing another male psychiatrist again.
Nah, she's trolling.
Yeah, he let me see him every month, even though I only had to see him every 3 months. This is what I mean. He loved attention from me. He didn't ever tell me.
What if this nigga wanted to make sure you were out? Like, you didn't fucking go crazy. And work is work. Work is work. He probably, hey, you, like, what?
I only need to see you every 3 months. Yeah, he let me see him every month, even though I only...
Nigga said he only needs to stay. Like, yeah, this woman just looks crazy to me, bro. And the people who are, like, external validating her is crazy to me, bro. Like, the internet is crazy.
This is the hard part about this story, is that he was so good at plausible deniability. He was really smart and good at being a predator. He had been 12 years. So
I don't like that term.
Ask me to give him sexual content. I did that on my own. Wait.
No, girl. Stand up. No, stand up. No. Oh my God. Stand up. No.
He'd been a psychiatrist for 12 years. So he didn't ever ask me to give him sexual content. I did that on my own. And he just let it happen, and he let me keep talking. He did not stop and redirect the conversation as a normal psychiatrist would.
I ain't gonna lie, see, this is where it get iffy. Okay, this is when like, come on, man. Like as a psychiatrist, I get it. Yeah, you's a man, but you also gotta understand as a psychiatrist, this woman is probably mentally ill, and you're like, it's like dealing with a little crazy like lady in a relationship, bro. But it's his job to redirect decisions like this. I get it, she did it on her own, but this is just not advantageous, bro. Yeah, that's my gripe with him. He shouldn't never just let that happen, because she crazy. This girl crazy.
Right? Or an ethical one, at least. And he also didn't stop me when I told him that I had a crush on him many times. He didn't say, let's explore those feelings. He just sat there and let me tell him. And I won't ever forgive him, but I don't think he did anything that's reportable. But I will tell my story here on TikTok.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. That's my only thing about that. Like, being a fuckboy psychiatrist, it's the thing, like, the nigga, then she gave it to him everything willingly, right? She let it all happen willingly, but you also gotta understand he's the dude with the PhD in the situation. So I don't agree with that overall. If he already set the like parameters and the boundaries he didn't date, and you trying to change a nigga that's not gonna change, that's the thing I'm getting from this. She trying to get in a relationship with a man that don't want to get in a relationship, and he just let it fall in his lap. You feel me? Like, and the nigga's like, why you getting mad at me? This shit is in my life. And probably in the middle of the night, they was texting back and forth, and they ain't never really done nothing physical on what I'm hearing, right? But the only thing, that would be my gripe. As a psychiatrist, bro, come on, bro. I get it. You know what I'm saying? She's some fresh coup. You feel me? She lobbing it to you. He should have been like, yeah, could you stop that? This is an unprofessional relationship, as a psychiatrist should do.
I didn't mean to fall in love with my psychiatrist. He used things and trauma that I had went through in the past. He did his best to use me and to groom me to fall in love with him so I could give him content for his fantasy.
Girl, 35 being groomed. You're 35 being groomed. Slow down.
Don't worry, I'll tell the whole story either later today or tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying.
I try not to use this term of narcissist because I think it's overused.
Nah, she like I feel like that now at this point it's all for publicity and views. She's crazy. Like,
society, however,
her only valid point I would say is like him letting her send him explicit content and him not saying anything about it and going about everything normally. Even though she did it consensually as a psychiatrist, as a professional, I don't think he should have done that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah. But she just said nothing so he can get convicted for, so she probably was like he probably was just letting her do whatever she wanted, and he was just sitting there just letting it happen.
There were so many traits that my psychiatrist had, like God complex. He thought he was above the rules. Other psychiatrists had to refer out when they had countertransference for their clients, for their patients, but he didn't think he had to.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't think I could be ever like a therapist or a psychiatrist, because you're literally gonna deal with some of like the craziest stories and some of the like most mentally ill people you ever seen, bro. And people like, oh, everybody deserves a chance, but it get to a certain point. These niggas is like, y'all niggas are annoying, bro. That niggas are so aggravating, bro. Like, oh my God.
He thought he could be above it. He also would make me feel crazy when I would try to name the dynamic and the tension that was there between us that he himself manufactured and built. And then he would...
It's like, it's all on him. Like, bro, it's all on him, really. It's just the fact, like, niggas gotta understand, bro. There's things that happen in your life that you can't control, but there's other things you like, what can I do in this situation? Like, no, how did I put myself in this situation? Not to say, like, let's just say something horrible happened to you. Like, the majority is not your fault. But the way I think, I said, how could I avoided that situation to begin with? You know what I'm saying? How could I like so that doesn't happen again? How do I take a little bit of responsibility, even though the situation, like most of the situation, is completely out of my control? I don't know how people don't think like that, bro. Like, bro, let's just say I'm like, how can I get out of this? Not get out of this. Like, how can I make sure myself is not in this situation again?
Rage at me and tell me that I was wrong. It's crazy, and I definitely will be on the lookout when I'm interacting with these people, yeah, for those tendencies. I just got done with a run at the gym, and I just had to take a moment to say that this is what an ethical situation with transference looks like.
I told my therapist I found him attractive, and we explored my root and needed, which he was yearning for a deeper connection with someone, not him. So we figured out ways I can socialize with them.
A male provider, when their female patient has a crush on them, saying, let's explore that, let's unpack that, let's learn the deeper trauma behind why you have an attachment to an authority figure.
I mean, or you could just find that nigga cute. Like, bro, I feel like there are, like, okay, these are the spaces where you get deeper and understand, but like, bro, that nigga may look good. You feel me? You may want some dick.
But what my psychiatrist gave me was silence, smirks, and exploitation. Zero help when I...
But words from your mouth, you said you gave up stuff willingly. You ain't say nothing to that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Everything you did was on your own volition.
Told him that I had a crush on him. Just a big smile and nothing else. I fell in love with my psychiatrist, and he knew, and he kept me until I had the strength to leave after 4 years. Here it is, part 1.
Like, oh my God, was this nigga like hold up.
Oh, I just...
Like, was this nigga like holding her hostage, tooth and palms, my nigga? Not tooth and palms, teeth and palms. I understand why this lady's fucking single now.
I fell in love with my psychiatrist, and he knew, and he kept... And in my late 20s, I read this book, Taking Charge of Adult ADHD, and it absolutely changed my life. For my fellow ADHDers, there's so many good things in here, and the biggest thing that I took away was that it's very important for ADHDers to be on meds. So...
I mean, I got ADHD, and I still get everything done.
I decided to make an appointment with a psychiatrist.
Oh, so the psychiatrist supplies the medicine. Okay.
Googled psychiatry in the city that I lived in, and I went with the first one that came up, and I got an appointment within a month. And then I booked a 90-minute intake, and I show up to the intake, and this man is my age, and I can't help but notice that he's pretty attractive, this psychiatrist. I fell in love with my psychiatrist, and he kept me anyway, part 2. So in this intake...
A psychiatrist and a therapist are two very different things. The first time, literally how you met. Oh, okay. I thought the psychiatrist, like, because I'm thinking psychiatric were all the crazy people at an Arkham Asylum, because I played the Arkham Asylum game. So they just supply the medicine? Okay.
You know, I kind of clocked that he was attractive in my age, but when I tell you that I've had a lot of couch time in my life, a lot of therapy, you know, I just went right into it. I trusted him enough, of course, why wouldn't I, to tell him about my childhood trauma, my daddy issue. I fell in love with my psychiatrist, and he kept me anyway, part bad. I was 6 months sober at this time, but like all of the drinking and substance use I used to do.
Oh my God.
And he just listened and nodded. And that's the thing about psychiatrists, is that they're good at pretending to...
So... psychiatrists do? Talk therapy, psychiatric, psychiatrist assist diagnosis, medical medical health, psychological function to demand mental cognition. So this nigga job was just to give you the medicine. Like he wasn't.
Listen, they can appear connected, but that doesn't mean that they're always connected. So I just felt really seen. And I also told him, I was like, look, I don't want to be on stimulant meds. So he listened to me and he put me on the non-stimulant ADHD med at the lowest dose just to figure out if it was going to work for me.
I mean, that's his job.
I was in love with my psychiatrist, and
I feel like this woman chapped ass lips, but I feel like this woman is like.
He kept me anyway. Part 3.
Like it's like, bro.
So I hadn't ever seen a psychiatrist before. When I was on meds in my early 20s, I only got meds from my primary care physician. So I didn't understand how psychiatry works. So because he was figuring out my med dose, I saw him every month. And he just made me feel like I was his friend.
But like, ain't that like normal people shit? You trying to make people feel comfortable with talking to you. You're not trying to like be weird. You're trying to have like engage in conversation with people. Make them understand like, oh, I'm here. I'm here to talk. I'm not trying to like invalidate your conversation. That's what I do with regular people. They tell me about their story. We just conversate. And we just be like, okay, that's cool. It just be engaged in the conversation.
He was really, really funny and cracked jokes and told me he was impressed with my running that I would do. And yeah, so of course I loved the attention that I got from him. And it was in my 3rd session with him, because at this point we were all on Zoom, that I asked him, I said, hey, do you mind if I call you by your first name? And he's Pakistani, so I said his first name wrong. And he said, well, it's pronounced this, but yes, of course you can. And he seemed so smug.
Yo. Nah, she's trolling, bro.
So I was seeing him every month. I got a new therapist. And he's a Pisces, right? So of course he's going to be there. And
she's
be
trolling.
able to go deep with my feelings. But that doesn't mean that he wasn't extracting from them. Anyway, I would beg him to let me see him every week. Beg him. Because my therapist at the time, he was fine. You know, he wasn't a predator. But he was fine. He just wasn't doing very much for me. And so that therapist retired, and I got...
He's right. He's just listening. He's a good listener. It's a part of his job.
Got a new therapist. And this new therapist, who is a 75-year-old woman with a PhD, she was pretty helpful. So I stopped asking my psychiatrist, begging, honestly, to be my therapist and let me see him more, right? Which also should have been a red flag. But then I started focusing on this therapist. However, I would tell the therapist how obsessed I was with my psychiatrist, and she didn't do anything about it.
Because it's not... oh my God.
She just was interested. She also loved stories about my dating life, and yeah, she also was getting supply from me in her own way, but that's for another part. So yeah,
I go like living life like this must be so like like it might be she living in her own little world in her own little bubble, bro. Like
I got a new therapist. I stopped begging my psychiatrist to see me weekly, and that is when the intermittent reinforcement started. Some sessions, he'd be warm and kind and wonderful and let me in on little parts of his life and like be vulnerable with me or pretend.
I mean, that's what normal people do. Like, if a nigga asks me how's, like, if I just talk about my life, something happened to my... Bro, this just sound like normal people shit. Like, bro.
Other sessions, he would be cold and clinical and detached. And you know what that did? It made me work harder in our next sessions.
Bro, I'm losing
It
brain
did.
cells. Like, bro, I'm losing brain. This woman just sounds like psychopathic, bro. Like, I'm literally losing brain cells, bro. Like, bro.
It was 19 parts. It was very long. It was very long.
Bro,
It goes from
that's what I'm saying.
her giving him her first name, or more so, he allows her to say his first name. That's what I'm trying to say. Words, please. Can I get them through my sentences? Thank goodness. Gee willikers. Oh my goodness. And then she gets deeply emotionally attached. She ends up going through boyfriends and all this other jazz. And then out of nowhere, she brings in ChatGPT. We're going to go through the whole thing. So I want to point this out. This is what happens. I believe it's called a transference. It's a documented phenomenon in the therapeutic world. It's when your patient falls in love with the doctor. It's a little bit of an issue. Now, it feels like fan fiction. It feels like I was deep on book talk. That's what it feels like. Because this man was her psychiatrist, not a barista or an ex or somebody she matched with on Tinder. This is like somebody, a medical professional. And he set clear boundaries the entire time. Whole time. And what she did was accidentally dox the guy. She plain and simply doxed the guy. She laid down breadcrumbs so obvious that the internet easily pieced it together and figured out who the guy was.
Nah, yeah, she over here talking about this nigga like he the dime daughter.
And that was malicious defamation on so many counts. So I'm just going to play a few clips of her talking about it right now.
I booked a 90-minute intake, and I show up to the intake, and full-blown obsessed with my psychiatrist, and my therapist wasn't helping me, my psychiatrist wasn't helping me, he was feeding it. And then I got a boyfriend, and at first my psychiatrist wasn't really that keen, but then my psychiatrist realized that my boyfriend was a lot like my psychiatrist. And then I started talking to my psychiatrist about my sex life, about tracking my cycle using the fertility awareness method. And my psychiatrist loved it. He didn't ever say, this isn't appropriate to your care. And so even though my boyfriend did not meet my needs, my psychiatrist and my therapist both were like, you have to stay with him. There's nothing wrong with him not meeting your needs. I'm like, okay. And my psychiatrist was like, he's perfect. Don't get wrong with him. And what was perfect about him was he wasn't meeting my needs. So I was still coming to my psychiatrist looking for emotional validation.
Nah, she's crazy.
Which he would drip to me slowly.
Nah.
So her narrative, Kendra, her narrative leaks
What a nigga name, Kendra.
of self-centeredness. And it's dressed up as vulnerability.
Yeah, like she's crazy,
him
bro.
during the full moon and told him he looked like he had dreamed it too. That's crazy. That's psychotic. That's delusion.
Like, oh my God, I'm so glad, because I'm looking at this lady. I'm like, bro, she's adding a whole lot of onus to a nigga that, like, what? She's like, like, what?
That's deep delusion.
She's crazy.
There's a difference between processing emotion and projecting fantasy. And she's doing the latter with the passion of a theater major who discovered Lana Del Rey. That's
she's
what's going
crazy.
on. Just because your therapist made you feel seen doesn't mean he wanted you. That's literally his job. That's genuinely his job. If you felt emotionally connected during sessions, it's not because he's in love with you. It's because he's trained to empathize and reflect compassion. And you craved it like a drug. The worst part, whole thing, is that she had a boyfriend, right? She had a genuine boyfriend, and she told her therapist about...
Yeah, could you imagine? Like now this is coming out talking about he wasn't meeting my needs. Like, damn, bitch, I'm giving you the whole thing.
About these feelings, and she blamed the therapist, that my therapist was laughing at me the entire way through. The scariest part, this whole thing for me, is when she had been doing these psychiatric evaluations over Zoom calls. And later in the story, which I'm going to show right now...
Are you working from home? Because I was under the assumption that he was only doing telehealth, okay? And he said, no, I come into the office. I was like, oh, why do you do that if you see all of your patients telehealth? He's like, oh, I like it that way. And even though I could kind of tell he was lying, I just gaslit myself. I was like, okay.
How are you going to tell? Like, bro, yo, I know. What are people saying about this lady? This woman is crazy. Like,
something I forgot to mention about that February session is that I did ask him why he stopped responding to my emails. Because I thought that the countertransference email he was definitely going to write back to. Because, like, let's talk about that, right? But no, I had to bring it up in session, where he usually brought up what I would email him in session. So that was the difference. So after the intimate dream confession, as I was leaving and he was following me, I asked him, I said, do you like it when I email you? Because I realize that you're just not writing me back. And he said, well, it's not that I don't like it. It's that I wonder, why does she do it? And I looked at him and I said, it's because I want attention from you. I was honest. I'm an honest person. Sometimes too honest.
Nah, she's crazy.
So I told him, I won't email you anymore. Another thing that happened after that session was...
Nah, this lady's crazy. Right, this lady is...
A couple weeks ago, on the full moon, when I was ovulating,
A woman who is friends with Kendra, the woman that fell in love with her psychiatrist, is speaking out about her coaching business. If you thought this situation was wild, wait until you hear this. This is Emily Ann, and she has now posted a 5-part series about how she was victim to Kendra's coaching business. Emily has known Kendra since 2018.
God damn.
And back in spring, she was
I was
struggling with her
nigga.
sobriety and knew that Kendra had been very public about her sobriety. So she wanted to reach out to someone as a friend, get some encouragement and some advice. But instead of getting advice from a friend, Kendra sends a link to book a coaching session. So a few days later, they have a conversation, and Emily says that she basically felt pressured into signing up for the coaching. In fact, the very first day that they spoke, Kendra had already sent an invoice and a contract. Emily
That's crazy.
session. So a few days later, they have a conversation, and Emily says that she basically felt pressured into signing up for the coaching. In fact, the very first day that they spoke, Kendra had already sent an invoice and a contract. Emily eventually pays it. It's
The devil on my shoulders telling me to hire as a coach for the plot.
for $3,000 for 3 months of coaching, 1 session a week at 45 minutes long. So right off the bat, Emily has to sign an intake form, and she
I ain't
notices
gonna lie, this is Emily. You let this girl do this, bruh. You could have just been like, I'm good. Could have talked to your mom, Dukes, or some shit. You don't need to pay a nigga that coach you to feel better about yourself.
something called human design. Emily says that human design is basically astrology, your birth chart, and just who you are as a person. Overall, Emily says she wasn't buying into it, but Kendra tells her that she is in the 1% of people that are the finger of God, and that in 2027, when the reckoning and martial law comes, Emily's gonna be
Damn, she going biblical on a bit. I ain't gonna lie, she talking about a rapture. Girl, slow down. The fuck?
one of the few people leading it. Emily does say that in the beginning of their sessions, Kendra did give her some good techniques about staying sober and sobriety, but that overall, none of what was done in the coaching sessions actually helped her. Emily says that the majority of their sessions, Kendra was just reading from a book about human design. They weren't even really discussing it or going into it further. She was just reading a book. Then she says that despite Kendra saying repeatedly that she's not a therapist and that she's not going to do things that therapists do, she then wanted Emily to do cognitive behavioral therapy using ChatGPT. Yes, she was encouraging
Oh my God, bro. This woman is crazy.
Reach out? No, I did for months after I left him. I wanted him so badly to reach out. But now, ooh, no. Astrology has nothing to do with personality. Did you have lice growing up? That is such a weird question. Yes, I had lice once. I got it on a Girl Scout trip.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. This woman crazy.
I have always wanted freckles.
Get this bank. I put in all my information, and then they said your password is incorrect. Please enter.
Nah, she's crazy. She's crazy. That bitch got a couple screws loose, bruh.
Okay, it's fine. And then I start emailing him my fun little emails, but he stops writing me back.
So she ended up meeting him in person. She was allowed to meet him in person. This is the worst part. Instead of confronting these intense feelings with honesty in a therapeutic setting, which again is the only ethical way to do this, she monetized it. She turned it into content. She leaned into voyeurism. That's what she did. She made it episodic, dramatic, hashtag friendly. That's what she did. That's the worst part of this to me, is that she made not 19 parts that I watched. Now it's on the internet. Now I'm going to talk about it. You've made your public life now
Public.
You made your private life public. So now I'm going to talk about it. It's not just embarrassing. It's exploitative. It cheapens real therapy. It distorts the entire profession. in the eyes of millions of viewers. Because you had a psychiatrist, a therapist, all this jazz, and you're still going through this. You should work with it.
Not only that, bro. She 35, still hung up on the nigga, bro. Like, and she not practicing any proper shit for herself.
The pure amount of narcissism required to think your personal heartbreak justifies putting someone else's career and safety on the line is staggering to me. Yes, you're hurting. Yes, you're confused. Yes, you're lonely. But that does not give you the right to burn down someone else's life because they didn't return your fantasy. And the fact that now she's acting like a martyr, despite the fact that last I checked, at least from what I checked on the last time I saw her, she does not have these videos able to be commented upon. You can't really comment on the videos because people are ripping her to shreds, genuinely ripping her to shreds. You click on any part of this. I'm gonna go through the psych story right here. Click on part 1 right here. You can't turn, the comments are off. You go to the next one, the comments are off. The comments are off. The comments are off. The comments.
I feel like this, like, internet fame is giving her the attention she would usually get from another person. You know what I'm saying? Like the clout and things of that nature is going to boost her ego and put a battery in her back to really feel like the way she's feeling, my nigga. Niggas picking up what I'm putting down. Like, this is, like the attention. This looks like she already says she's an attention-seeking woman herself. She said, I love the attention. And she already says like a literally a self-centered. I'm not going to use narcissistic, but she seems very self-centered and always about herself, because it's just the fact she refuses to understand, like, she did anything wrong in this situation, and she's putting her will onto somebody else. You know what I'm saying? She's like, oh, it has to be this way because this is the only way I see it, so this is the only way it's seen. You know, and it's crazy. At 35, bro.
The comments are. I'll move my thing up. Hold up a second. Comments are turned off.
I wish I was this delusional, bro. I ain't gonna lie. This is some Warhammer Orc level of delusion, bro. See, I just listen. I just saw a whole like I think 3-hour part series about the Warhammer series, bro. See, shout out that nigga Bucky.
We go down. Comments are off. 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 You're probably, this is a long story. That's why I'm trying to summarize it for you as easily as I possibly can.
Yeah, she's crazy.
All the comments are turned off, so she couldn't handle the pressure of what was going on here. She has become
And the thing is, she's an attractive woman. It's just upstairs. She's just not all there. You know what I'm
saying? A case study in whatever this is. And whatever this whole
I think she in the beginning she was just trying to tell a story, but the lady, she realized like she's probably crazy.
Do you want support staying regulated?
He didn't make a video. Thank you, buddy.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Her putting this nigga professional career in danger is crazy.
Something I forgot to mention about that February session is that
and she realized this might be her claim to fame, being the crazy psychiatrist lady. So, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? She gonna keep going. I might have to redo this video, y'all.
Thing is, this is absolutely insane to me. It's genuinely psychotic in so many ways. And it's scary. It's genuinely scary. This is a scary situation for her. I genuinely don't understand how she could do this. It's baffling to me. What she does, or what she's doing, it undermines the safety of the therapeutic space for everyone. There are people who already don't trust psychiatrists, people who are afraid to seek help.
See that? Yeah, that's a good point too. That is a good point.
Therapists manipulate or gaslight them, and now, thanks to Kendra's TikTok saga, more people are gonna walk into therapy thinking sideways because the person is trying to emotionally manipulate them. Oh, this pretty girl is sad. I'm gonna use my therapy powers to manipulate her. She's reinforcing paranoia. She's making it harder for real survivors of genuine manipulation and abuse to be heard. But now, oh my God, now everyone's gonna be wondering, is this another girl who fell in love with her shrink and made it weird? This is, it's so much.
That is a good point.
And we haven't even touched how this affects like women in psychiatry and therapy. There are so few women psychiatrists, and now stories like this give ammo to people who think women are too emotional to handle clinical relationships without drama. Kendra is not just hurting this one man, she's hurting the entire profession, the system.
I'm glad, like, bro, I don't, my prefrontal cortex thing isn't that big, so I'm glad he bringing up these points. I'm definitely going to use them when I'm making this video,
Everyone who has ever genuinely needed psychiatric care overall, she's hurting all of them. Oh, you cannot cry trauma every time you're held accountable for poor behavior. That's not growth. That, Kendra, is manipulation. And I've seen people defend her despite the comments being turned off. Like, well, she's just expressing her truth. All right, let's roll back.
Yeah, in her perspective, like, bro, it's just, bro.
Back here. Let's roll back. Truth without responsibility is just ego. It's an impulse, not a principle. And where your truth involves defaming someone who is illegally prohibited from defending themselves, it stops being brave and starts being cruel. You can talk about your feelings without destroying another person's life. Did you know that? You can tell your story without dragging someone else's name into the dirt. But Kendra didn't do that. She made herself the main character, and she made sure everybody on TikTok had popcorn. Oh, we're ready for the tea. Oh, it's tea time. Tea time for everybody. At the end of the day, this isn't a tragic love story. This is a cautionary tale about what happens when personal boundaries collapse. It is destructive. It is genuinely destructive. And I know there are therapists that actually do manipulate their patients by nature, but it's so small, and they could lose their license in that capacity. This whole story's crazy. If you heard about it and you wanted a brief summary, I hope.
I fell in love with my
Listen, I wasn't recording, y'all, so we gonna run through it again, bro. I had my piece kind of peeved, but we gonna go through it again. Not speed around, but like, I know what's going on. I'm just gonna show y'all, and I'm just gonna get my piece on it.
Psychiatrist, and he knew, and he kept me until I had the strength to leave after 4 years.
Okay.
Here it is, part 1. So I decided to go back on ADHD meds after many years of being off of them.
Okay.
I was on them in my early 20s to help me get through college. And then I went off of them because they just weren't, like, the side effects were too much over the benefits. But then in my late 20s, I read this book, Taking Charge of Adult ADHD.
And I was reading the comments. The first time I watched this, right, there was like an initial page where I thought everything was deleted. So I went to that motherfucker, right? I went over to that motherfucker. This woman has been talking about her psychiatrist for the longest time, bro. And this is like the first time that like it's traction that's really gone up. So maybe she's doing it for the clout things, but yeah, y'all gonna see when she explains.
And it absolutely changed my life. For my fellow ADHDers, there's so many good things in here.
I mean, I got ADHD, and I think I'm perfectly fine.
And the biggest thing that I took away was that it's very important for ADHDers to be on meds. So I decided to make an appointment with a psychiatrist.
Okay.
I just Googled psychiatry in the city that I lived in.
Okay.
And I went with the first one that came up, and I got an appointment within a month.
Okay.
And then I booked a 90-minute intake, and I show up to the intake, and this man is my age.
Okay.
And I can't help but notice that he's pretty attractive.
Okay, word.
I fell in
The doctor, so y'all see she pulled up. She thought the psychiatrist was some handsome, fine shit. He's some Arab fine shit, I think. So shout out Bollywood. It's Asian, my fault.
in love with my psychiatrist, and he kept me anyway, part 2. So in this intake, I kind of clocked that he was attractive in my age, but when I tell you that I've had a lot of couch time in my life, a lot of therapy, I just went right into it. I trusted him enough, of course, why wouldn't I, to tell him about my childhood trauma,
Okay.
my daddy issues,
Okay. And psychiatrists and therapists are two different things, bro. Psychiatrists are supposed to provide you the meds, then to see your emotional state where you're in the right headspace for them to apply medicine to you. And they also try to be nice to you and things of that nature, but a therapist is supposed to understand your feelings and things of that nature, okay? Psychiatrists and therapists are two different things. One nigga provides you the medicine, the other nigga they're trying to get with your mental space. Where's your head at?
if you will.
I learned
what
that
I
in
had
the
went
last
through, all
recording.
of the relationship trauma that I had. I was 6 months sober at this time, but
Okay.
like all of the drinking and substance use I used to do, and he just listened and nodded. And that's the thing about psychiatrists, is that they're good at pretending to listen.
I mean, obviously the nigga was a pretty good listener if you tell them all about the things he want. And I think it's his job to listen, bro. That's like having a therapist that doesn't work will help you work through your problems every time you speak, bro.
They can appear connected, but that doesn't mean that they're always connected. So I just felt really seen. And I also told him, I was like, look, I don't want to be on stimulant meds. So he listened to me and he put me on the non-stimulant ADHD med at the lowest dose just to figure out if it was going to work for me.
I mean, that's his job though. Like she's trying to act like the nigga's going out his way. His job as a psychiatrist is to maintain your like medical shit. When it comes to medical shit, give you the proper dose for you. That is literally his job. He's doing his job.
I was in love with my psychiatrist and he kept me anyway, part 3. So I hadn't ever seen a psychiatrist before. When I was on meds in my I only got meds from my primary care physician.
Okay.
So I didn't understand how
CVS.
psychiatry works. So because he was figuring out my med dose, I saw him every month. And he just made me feel like I was his friend.
Okay.
He was really, really funny and cracked jokes.
This is what regular people do. I'm gonna put this out there, y'all. And listen, and shit might be heightened if there's a beautiful woman around, but this is literally what she's explaining. I'm gonna relay this. Regular people talk to regular people, and let's just say you're like a charismatic human being, you might want to make somebody laugh and like going out your day and having a normal conversation and being a normal person. Look, I got what do a psychiatrist do right here? Like this is what regular people do, y'all.
And told me he was impressed with my running that I would do.
Just taking interest in anything like a person does, that's normal.
And yeah. So, of course, I loved the attention that I got from him. And it was in my 3rd session with him, because at this point we were all on Zoom, that I asked him, I said, hey, do you mind if I call you by your first name? And he's Pakistani, so I said his first name wrong. And he said, well, it's pronounced this, but yes, of course you can. And he seemed so smug and happy with himself.
Like, and the thing is, you're gonna notice, guys, yeah, we haven't even got to the parts where the woman is like truly like has like biblical level of delusion, but it's like these normal shit, like the way she see things and the way this nigga was like doing things, right? It's two different perspectives going on. He thinking this is like, you know, like a regular thing. Like, I feel like, you know how many therapists be talking to their patients and the patient's like, can I call you a regular name? They're like, word. I'm like, okay, of course, I don't care. Right? It probably went like that, but in her mind, it was like the suns were aligning, the stars were getting together, me and him. Oh my God, this bitch was just obsessed with this nigga, bro. Like,
and I know that is because that was his first sign that him pretending like we're friends was working. And to be fair to me, I had only ever been to therapy before. I didn't realize that, you know, it's important to call your doctor last name. I mean,
no, it's not important. It's the severity, is the relationship with them. Only thing, you know what's crazy? I want you niggas to understand, she had 2 therapists. We're going to see this later on. She had 2 therapists. The first one wasn't doing anything for her, and the other therapist said this relationship was okay as long as it don't go overboard. And it didn't go overboard, so she started blaming her therapist. Bro, it's just like, this lady's crazy, y'all.
And I did know that. I did it with all my other doctors, but it just showed that the boundaries were blurring, and he liked that. So from then on, from my 3rd session on, I started calling him his first name. And then he just started turning up the volume on us being friendly.
Okay.
And he would ask me, for the first 6 sessions, he asked me, after the meds, he said, how's your bowels, bladder, and appetite? And I would say they're all normal. And then he would ask me any thoughts of harm. And
which is his job. Guys, this shit is all about his job. Literally, a psychiatrist is literally medical mental health. This is all, he's a doctor. Literally, like, bro, this all can be involved in the medicine she taking. This is all his job. Like, bro, I have not seen any proof from her saying, oh, like, I love you. Like, bro, we need, okay, for me to believe her that he was doing all these things, I need to see some proof. You didn't do no recording. It's just a he said, she said thing, like.
And apparently that's pretty common for psychiatry to ask those questions. And then on our 6th session,
Okay.
when things were really, the chemistry was starting to be there before, like, I didn't realize it. I was like, oh, this man is just friendly. And he said, I have to ask this because it's a special interest of mine.
Okay.
But is there any thoughts of harm? Like, I was special to him.
He could just be concerned with niggas, bro. Like, cause I ain't gonna lie, he knows about y'all had several conversations. Not only several conversations. This nigga, like, it's clearly that you have some abandonment issues. She says she has some daddy issues from last shit. The nigga's just, I feel like that's just like some doctor shit. Like, you have any self-harm? It's just like a special, and I think it wasn't like that. It's like a special interest of mine. He's like, I just gotta ask. Any thoughts of like self-harm? So I know.
And I said,
because the medicine he might be giving you might be like making you depressed.
No thoughts of harm. And he didn't ever ask me a clinical question again. He stopped asking me about my bladder, bowels, and appetite, and he stopped asking me about thoughts of harm. So to me, I would just show up and he was like a therapy appointment every month. After I risked my life to see him, that's when he really started turning up the intimacy in our appointments. However, he was really... After I risked my...
Straight to part 6? All right.
After I risked my life to see him, that's when he really started turning up the intimacy in our appointments.
Okay.
However, he was really smart and knew the professional lines like the back of his hand. So he would comment on my appearance, but not compliment my appearance. So I would come on screen and he would say, oh, you curled your hair. Or I would come on screen and he would say, oh, you're wearing glasses. And of course I felt seen and excited that he was noticing these things about me.
I'm like, bro, I want niggas to understand. Like, bro, my teachers used to do this to me. Like, or you make a change, like, bro, or your mom, like, bro, it's just in my brain. I'm not thinking nothing of it. If someone be like, bro, let's just say someone, I haven't worn my glasses in a long time and I wear my glasses, and that's a doctor who's giving you medication for like ADHD and your mental health. The nigga will be like, oh, you're wearing glasses because any little change you need to figure out if the okay, he's not a therapist, but he's a psychologist. Not psychologist, psychologist. He has to figure out whether or not you are like losing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, is this like a change? Is this a good change or this is a bad change? Or do we need to call somebody? You know? And she's trying to apply like, oh my God, he cares about me so much. No, you're crazy.
I didn't realize at this time that he had feelings for me too. I thought I was holding them all by myself. So I was so excited when he noticed my...
Is there proof? Like, bro, this woman is just talking. We're taking her word before anything. And the nigga, I think the nigga's not obligated, but he can't say anything.
Glasses that I ran legally. And showed him my other pair, and he said, I prefer turtle shell glasses. So even though I usually wear contacts, I'm wearing these turtle shell glasses in these videos because just in case he sees them ever, he'll see me in his favorite glasses. He did tell me he likes the turtle shell. Anyway, it was just inappropriate things like that, little teeny things that he let me in. And all this time, My best friend is an emergency medicine physician, and she told me, she said, Kendra, one of these days, your psychiatrist, she would use his name, is going to say, I can't be your doctor anymore. I want to be with you. I want to be with you so bad. I can't be your doctor. I'll see
Does
you in 2 years.
does he do that?
So my best friend, who's a doctor, she picks up on stuff like that. So even she knew that our relationship was crossing boundaries
Or it could be a joke, you know?
and getting weird, but that became my dream, was for my psychiatrist, I almost use his name, to do that. And I told him about Brianna saying that, my best friend, who's the emergency medical doc. I told him that she would tell me that, and he just would be silent. He didn't disagree, but he didn't agree, and that was weaponized neutrality was his favorite.
Yo, weaponized neutrality. Oh my God, this woman, bro.
Game to play, right? He didn't disagree with Brianna telling me this time that I asked my psychiatrist if he had diagnosed me with anything other than ADHD when I had my initial diagnosis. And he said, yeah, I did. I said, oh, what did you diagnose me with? And he said, well, you had a lot of traumatic things happen to you in childhood because of your dad. And so I diagnosed you with other trauma and stressor related disorder. And that was the first little ping that I got of like, that was weird. Why would he keep that from me? I asked
I mean, it's like an assumption.
why wouldn't he tell me that? That seems important. He didn't tell me because he was using that information.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Here's my thing. If you're telling a story and niggas is like, bro, literally it's coming from her mouth. You know what I'm saying? All this shit that's coming out is coming from her mouth. And if the internet is like, nigga, you're crazy, because these comments are turned off.
I need to address 3 things.
Like these comments, these comments are turned off, y'all. I want y'all to understand. If you're the storyteller, you can control the narrative. If niggas saying you're crazy, you're not gonna have like some internal thinking and understand. It's just like the same shit with pirate software, bro. Like,
I taught a yoga class this morning, like I do every Tuesday mornings, and I told my regular students about what's going on for me and how I'm sharing my story of provider abuse and how the internet is not happy with me right now. And I used that to say that our truth is really important to share. And that when we know something deep down needs to be said, that it's important to do it in whichever way feels best to us. And TikTok just happened to be that medium for me. I told my students how I've just been going through psychological warfare, and
you know what I'm thinking?
I need to.
Yeah, it gets real worse, but I don't feel like rehashing this entire thing.
January 2023 at this
point.
point.
To be honest, I watched enough. Long story short, bro, she applies her own will and onus to everything. If y'all niggas want to watch the 19-part series, I already went through the whole thing before, y'all. But she literally, like, everybody, she sounds crazy. She sounds like she was obsessed with her psychiatrist, and her psychiatrist, you know what? I will give him some, some responsibility too. If psychiatrist nigga, if you see this girl gave you all these things and she was mentally ill, and this nigga was not acting on no emotion, who wasn't acting on anything, she was trying to like apply pressure on him. The nigga did absolutely nothing. They didn't do anything physical and things of that nature, bro. Like, and now, like, look at the doxing, bro. Her explaining all this shit, they find out who this nigga was, bro. Like,
to address 3 things. 1, people are asking me what my mental health diagnosis is. I do not have BPD. I do not have psychosis. I have ADHD. And I was experiencing extreme limerence with my psychiatrist.
Limerence is like the idea of a person. I know that. But, like I said, this nigga should have just deaded this, because, like, I ain't gonna lie. He probably thought it was like, oh, this is just a normal lady. I can, like, low-key, we got a cool work relationship. On some work-wife shit. Not on some work-wife shit, but on some, like, shit, like, I could joke around with her and, like, not really be as professional. Because, like, she's seen him for a long-ass time. multiple times a week, my nigga. Not multiple times a week, multiple times a month. 3 times a month is crazy, right? Three times in no 3 months and multiple times in 3 months on some type of shit. My bad, y'all. Right? But bro, it is just crazy that this woman can't really see where she's wrong in the situation, where she can't apply her own like onus to why she's tripping out and wigging out, my nigga. Like legitimately, she's literally sitting up here like, oh my god, I was in love with him and he knew that. She don't provide no evidence. This is all from her story and how she feels, my nigga. This is putting a nigga job and professional career in danger. She going all on the internet. And I think she realized she's kind of wigging out, but she realized this is her claim to fame, to be online, right? This is how she's going to get famous, and this is what she has fame and notoriety for, because everybody wants to like the attention. And all the attention she's getting from the internet, now she's the crazy lady with the psychiatrist, and everybody's talking about her. She obviously likes attention, and this plays into it, bro.
Limerence is a normal thing to happen to anyone who is experiencing hot and cold behavior from someone. And it happens more often in people with ADHD because we have dopamine dysregulation and rejection sensitive dysphoria. And guess what? My psychiatrist knew that and used it to his advantage. 2, I accidentally said my psychiatrist's first name in one of my videos.
Oh my, this bitch, shut up, bro. Bro.
If you clocked it, good for you. I do not owe him anonymity. However, this is not about doxing my psychiatrist. This is about me sharing my story so other people can view predatory behavior in people in power.
And it's like the nigga can't even defend himself because you're painting him in this light, my nigga. This is just your light. All this shit you explained, the nigga, bro, it's coming from your mouth that the nigga, he didn't even do nothing wrong.
Okay? If anyone doxes my psychiatrist with his last name or city that he works in or clinic that he works in, your comment will be immediately deleted and you will be blocked.
Like she's basically harassing this nigga by constantly talking about him, bro. And I understand if something really happened, but like, bro, it's just like I said, like with the claim to fame situation, this is like, she keeps talking about the situation, the more people are going to like her videos, the more shit. It's like the external validation. She probably watched that number grow up, and she probably getting paid too off the TikTok, so.
This is about protecting other victims, not doxing my psychiatrist.
I don't think this woman I don't think this woman give a fuck. Like, legitimately. I don't think this woman care. I don't think this woman give a fuck. It just makes... Can you imagine it? Because there's probably some physician out there really mentally manipulating their patients, like, so they can have a foothold in their lives. So they actually can do this. This probably just was a regular nigga. This is just a bad look for everybody, bro. Not like she's giving women a bad look being in like psychiatry, and giving dudes a bad name for like all like men who, it's like she started like a men and woman thing to begin with too, so.
Do some investigative work and you want to DM me about it, I'm open to that, okay? 3, I need to take a moment. Moment taken. It is so incredibly disturbing to me, the amount of people that are predator protectors in my comments, that are victim blaming me.
Like nothing happened to you. Nothing happened, like, bro, and there's no, we want receipts, niggas talking about receipts, this is all from your perspective, like, nothing happened to you. Nothing happened to you because you don't have any evidence. It's your word against a nigga that can't speak because he's under an oath, my nigga, like.
Especially the mental health practitioners in my comments using therapy speak to say that this situation that I was in was my fault or that I was delusional.
You are.
Check yourself. You're giving me more ammunition to share my story. Because it just goes to show how absolutely messed up the mental health industry is.
No, and it's like you're just trying to make yourself a victim. Like, bro, yo, she wants to be a victim so bad, bro. Like, Yo, she wants to be a victim bad. She want that cookie bad. Like, oh my God, y'all. She's crazy. Like, she's literally acting like a narcissistic victim.
And how protected people who do this kind of sick psychological manipulation are. So I will continue with my story. January. So I was seeing him. A lot of things happened. Many people have. A lot of things happened in that session after the countertransferred slip. And I also had
Countertransference is basically, I learned this in the last recording when I wasn't recording. Basically, it's like when the psychiatrists or therapists have like an emotional response to something that happened in the person's story. Let's just say something like horrible happened in your childhood, like truly traumatic, and it's disgusting, right? And the psychiatrist has like a usually having like a neutral state. They're like, oh my God, like they, or they like anger, any high emotion that happens in the situation, you know.
my psychiatrist help me draft the email to my therapist who was begging me to come back in. And the psychiatrist said, I used to have respect for her. And what he meant when he said that was, I used to like it when she would feed me to you and have you deliver intimate content to me.
Like, bro, she went through, oh.
But the moment she started being sloppy, I lost respect for her. Right?
Like,
I'm pretty sure that's what he meant when he said that.
like, and it's like, I'm pretty sure, like, where's the, bro? Where's his proof? Like, bro, she doing all this talking, bro.
Many people have reached out to me with concern for my psychiatrist and his career and his well-being. And I totally understand that. The point of me sharing this is not to get him fired or for him to lose his license.
Yeah, she's crazy.
October 2020. So this is when the chemistry, the last two videos and this video was all the same session in February of this year. The counter-transference slip happened in January. How I decided to end this session was I looked at the psychiatrist and the last two videos and this video. I know why he was uncomfortable, because he had probably played out that fantasy so many times in his head.
Like, bro. Like, y'all, if y'all, like, bro, I already went through it one time, bro, and it's not even in order. It's just like, this lady's crazy. Like, legitimately, this lady is mentally ill, bro. Like, this lady needs help. Like, nah, I ain't gonna lie. Shit, you try to get this bitch help, she gonna think she might fall in love with you. Like, what the fuck? Could you imagine being like in the workplace or like trying to do your job and do what you got to do, and a woman falls in love with you because you're doing your job? Nigga, like, her whole thing, he was a great listener, he was funny. The nigga was basically trying to make her feel comfortable and make her think. And she went through like two therapists. This girl went through 2 therapists, bro. If you go through 2 therapists in a year, bro, I'm thinking you kind of the problem, bro. First nigga, okay, I understand he not doing nothing for you, right? Then the second lady was actually trying to work through her problems, and the second lady was like, I'm like, the relationship you had with this guy is, it's kind of unprofessional, but if you guys want to take it out, away from him being your psychiatrist, when she explained to the lady, like, oh, he's not like reciprocating my feelings, he's just like smiling and letting me meander on, he's like, then that's like a sign for you not to fuck with him anymore. And she wouldn't listen. This woman wouldn't listen. She kept going. Now she getting a whole fucking great claim to fame.
People have asked me what is
now look, let's see, this story is giving her claim to fame. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I think it is right now. Now all this shit is for clout, clicks, and views, because 1.2 million, you see it going up because of this story, bro. Like nigga see. I believe she believes some of this, but now she's playing into it because the views. I said that earlier. But yeah, that's all I gotta say on this situation. This lady's crazy. She's giving like people who actually have problems a bad name and things of that nature. She's also giving people who really has been manipulated by their psychiatrists and therapists, because there's people out there who are really weird, trying to use people for their own mental game and use people in already broken and vulnerable people in these situations to get what they want for them and mentally manipulate them so they don't have a voice to speak. This woman is just like, she's crazy. She's just doing false shit. She's putting besmirching this nigga name when she was doing all this crazy shit. She was putting her onus on what would happen when the shit was not his fault. You know, she was trying to make everything about her, you know, instead of understanding what type of nigga this dude is. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about the situation, bro. This lady need help. This lady definitely need help. She wigging out, bro. The story, and now she's being professional victim, bro. I'm done. I could have went north like
Some
this.
people ask what it means. Oh, hi there. The last two videos and this video.
Yeah, I did ask.
Something I forgot to mention about that February session is that I did ask him why he stopped responding to my email.
Okay, see. Yeah, I'm done. Like, bro, I'm done. My brain is literally fried from that situation, bro. I've never had my head hurt so much from shit just happening in my life, other than that, the situation right then and there. Cause, bro, niggas gotta really understand, bro. Could you imagine being like a regular
Later hater
physician?
degree, am I right, guys?
These people at this point in the story,
See, Papa
I
got
knew were
doing the same
crossing
shit, bro.
boundaries.
I was done. I was done, bro. I'm like mentally drained. I already did it once. I did the V Sojo video, but like the shit, I can't download my shit, bro. Like my whole brain is like scrambled and frazzled, my nigga. Like I want niggas to really understand, but like, bro. Like that woman really mentally drained me in like 24 hours. What I wanted to do, I wanted to do this situation right here.
It was Ethan Klein and Ela Klein performing. I had backstage passes. I met them. I talked with.
Okay, we gonna talk. This nigga talk about the situation. I was gonna do it myself, but there's too many moving parts, and all the tweets have been deleted. So we're just gonna watch this attractive young Qatar man do it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into this. This is your boy Ty the Saint. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, I should start the recording. Okay, recording started, y'all. As I was saying,
saw him blow up.
It's too many moving parts in this shit. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It's been your boy Ty the Saint. Let's get into this. Let's do it. See what this Brian Taste is music arrested for domestic violence. BW Rex, like your bitty, your bitch. Shout out that nigga Ken. Don't shout out Ken. I'm sorry.
Initially, whenever that was, like 4 or 5 years ago. I've been loosely aware of some of the drama he's been in.
Oh yeah, this is a 2-part video, bro. These are the type of videos I make, but these niggas are just way more attentive. And as soon as shit pop out, bro, I be having shit to do. See, I didn't watch this. I just had it in the cut. How many videos this nigga make on? No, he is milking this nigga like a fucking mule. Okay. I've watched one of his videos before. Okay. My fault, y'all. This is in the recording. But yeah, we're going to go straight to this one, bro. Okay. My fault. What was I doing again? Bro. Now, I'm so mad that fucking V Shoujo video, me talking about it. Like, I need to get it out, bro. Like, that shit is so annoying.
In California.
I clicked on the same video
All right,
twice.
first things first, Brad. I know there's.
Okay. Okay, my bad. Let's go back at it. What's good, YouTube? You know, this Brian Tate situation about I missed a lot of the moving parts, and a lot of the shit is deleted, and it's a lot of re-uploads and deletes. So like, instead of going through all that, we're gonna just go raw dog straight react pack. You feel me? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It's me, your boy Ty the Saint. Peace, love, pick. Nah, I said that at the end. Fuck, let's do this, y'all.
Involved in since then. Up till now, it's been kind of just a ha-ha little thing. Yeah, okay, there's one more comment saying I look like Brad Taste in music. So funny, guys. But now it's different because I feel like...
Is this the first video? Yeah, okay.
I feel like I need to actually differentiate myself from this person given a video he uploaded today. Brad Taste in Music uploaded what I could only describe as a very greasy diatribe earlier today. The video was removed after, I believe, a couple hours, but there are re-uploads already. In it, he talks about his continually deteriorating mental health, his ideations towards...
I don't know what that bleeped out to be. Cause a nigga, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Sometimes, like, I was watching a video when a nigga, it was on TikTok, quick little tangent. They said, bro, let's just say something truly horrific happens to you and someone's talking about it on TikTok. Someone, like, putting your assault as SA or using, like, these buzzwords really diminishes, like, what happened to you. And I'm really thinking, like, what if I did get whacked or someone really, like, beat me half to death and niggas just put, like, they have some buzzword or some funny word, or like he beat him with fluffy gloves or some shit. You know, like instead of you get assaulted like Esily, it'd be like SA. That shit would piss me off too. I'm gonna like, nigga, stop diminishing what happened to me, my nigga. You feel me? And I totally get that. So, yeah, just a little tangent.
And the big bombshell is that he admits to having been arrested for domestic violence. On top of all this, he very clearly considers himself to be victim number one.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Nah. Okay, I already know about the domestic violence was in the title, but I know this video was age restricted. Bro, my tongue is fat as shit in my mouth, bro. Speech impediment be beating my ass like Ray Rice in the fucking corner, bro. But yeah, bro. What? I ain't gonna lie, people. You don't ever want to get in the wheelhouse where you're in the wrong, but you trying to rationalize yourself in the right. That's most people, but sometimes you just got to be like, a nigga was wrong, bro. No ifs, ands, or buts, bro. I don't know how any excuse it is to hit your partner, man or woman, so I don't know. Let's see what this nigga got to say for it.
In this whole situation, it's an interesting...
Making a full-on video why it's not your fault. Like, bro, I gotta hear, did she, like, hit you threw her back? Or was she, like, cheating on you and you just lashed out and punched her, which is never okay to hit your partner. But I can understand that. It's wrong. I'm not saying I'm condoning it. I would never condone people. Keep your hands to yourself. Everybody knows Tyler St. TM. I always condone everybody keep their hands to themselves in the relationship. But if my girl cheat on me with a dude in the bed with her, I might really lose my mind. I might literally turn into Bane. Like,
interesting watch. It's a depressing watch. I'm gonna cut down some of the yammering because there is a lot of slightly schizo feeling ramblings that occur in this video.
See, this is why we didn't watch the video straight up. He gonna give us the main bread and butter and the cliff notes, bro.
So I want to try to explain to you guys what's going on through my head because it's pretty interesting.
Okay.
I had to just go to my computer and hit record.
Okay.
Because I know I have to make this video. And not for the reason that you think I have to make this video.
Nigga, one of his eyes kind of wonk mode, huh?
Feel like I'm sick.
You know, like sit the sloth with one of them eyes.
Even my reputation. But because if I don't make this video, I'm going to keep thinking about it. Realistically, like, yes, I would love for this video to, like, make it so that, like, it's easy for me to just return, you know, go back to normal.
Okay.
What I was doing before, you know? But the reality is I could do that anyways. I'm in a good spot right now where artistically I'm confident enough in myself to where if I started making content, I believe that people would enjoy it enough.
Uh-huh.
I could just go the sneaky underground, you know, mysterious artist route that, like, honestly, I've seen everybody do.
I need to see this nigga music, bro. Like only certain niggas can be, like, you gotta have a dedicated fan base to do that or really have some good music. There's no in between, bro. Like, if you're like a mid-level artist, you can't be mysterious, my nigga. Niggas need to see you because, like, niggas are not really gonna listen to your music. If you're a mid-level artist, you gotta keep on putting out good music, or like keep on make sure you're seen. So it's like McDonald's. It's like fast food music. Make sure people are fed.
Everybody's doing it.
It doesn't... Okay, I'm sorry. I haven't been super plugged into this guy's stuff in a while, but doesn't he just stream music and yap about whether he likes it or not? Why are we talking about being an artist? Maybe I'm missing something here.
Yeah, I don't
just
know nothing
feel
about that, but like
that
yeah.
language is a little lofty for what your content is.
All right, let's start from the beginning of like where things went wrong. I went to a show. It was a live show in California.
Okay.
It was Ethan Klein and Hila Klein performing. I had backstage passes. I met them. I talked with them. I related a lot to them, especially Hila.
Okay, I remember that controversy happening. I'm gonna stop him right there, though. He took a picture with H3. That was the controversy, and people didn't like that because he has a very liberal base, and they consider H3 to be genocide supporters right now. Think whatever you will
Oh, the Israel versus Palestine situation. Okay.
about that. That's fine. I don't care. But that's not why any of this is happening. All he had to do was just be like, sorry you guys feel bad about that. Literally, I'm sorry you feel that way would have been adequate.
And listen, in the internet, a lot of the situations can be summed up to that. Like if y'all watched the last stream we watched Pirate Software, his downfall. We watched the Iron Mouse. Okay, the Iron Mouse situation is kind of different. They got them girls in the 360 deal. 360 of doom, y'all. Like of Doomerton. So, yeah, that shit gets sticky. Like,
Because people would have forgotten about it like in a month. And if he had just kept making content, he'd be fine. So I feel like him viewing that as the thing that ruined his life is him not grasping that he is ruining his life. Seems that his actions since then have continued to cause his own mental health to spiral.
oh, so he's not taking responsibility for the situation. Okay, I understand that.
I know he was in and out of rehab. He's looking pretty haggard
Ooh, alcohol or drugs?
in this video. I don't know if that's a drug thing or just a manic episode thing. Could be either.
I was like, yeah, I could post that. It's great.
Nah, but he do look rough. I ain't gonna lie.
You know, I didn't think it would be a statement. It was really stupid of me because, of course, it's a statement. It's Ethan and Hila Klein. But I wasn't really ready for war. I wanted to back out. So, like, I basically just went against them and said, you know what? I need to back out. I can't do this.
Oh, that nigga. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's like, that's how you know this nigga's spineless, too, bro. I don't think H383, it's like, I think they just standing with it. I think they're standing with Israel because everybody's like free Palestine. Listen, I'm all free Palestine, but I think there's innocent people in Israel who doesn't want Palestine to be wiped out, and I don't think the whole thing should be wiped out. And I know it's like a holy war between both of them, so it's like having a take like that is kind of crazy, right? But you know what I'm saying? I desire Palestine to be free, but I don't want the good people in Israel to be whacked. But it gets so crazy with the Israel versus Palestine situation because you will have Israeli people like talking about, I was watching what's the British nigga on the British news? He was like, how do you feel about Palestinian children dying and things to that nature? How do you feel about Palestinian children dying? And the Israeli, like, I think it was one like the prime minister or like one of the main ladies was talking about like, Israeli, they should never attack us. Like, nigga, all you had to say in that situation is my heart goes out to the Palestinian people and the children dying, like especially the children who are dying in the situation. But instead, she's talking about like, what about us? What about us? Bitch, we're not talking about us. We're talking about just answer the question. How do you feel about the children dying in Palestine because of this little situation? And she was just making it about them versus them. And that goes to show it's like the dehumanization that happens when it comes to like two sides going against each other. And you have to understand that there's people, there are people fighting people, but it gets easier when you turn off your brain and just see them as the other side. That same thing that goes with like gang violence. That goes with anything when you see someone opposite of you, especially if people are dying, especially people are dying. And that's hard to say when you're in the midst of battle and you both sides are going against each other. It's us versus them, you know, but it's just like, you couldn't even have the optics and have that, like, understand, like, oh, I should say the children, like, I don't want the children to die. That's, like, children are literally the most innocent people you can ever seen in this world. And if if you're just giving niggas fuel not to like Israel, my nigga. And listen, that was just like an easy dunk for that British nigga. I don't know where I saw that, but I seen that, bro. But yeah, that's my little opinion on that. But free Palestine. Shout out Palestine, bro.
You know, this is too hot. And then everyone called me a pussy. Which, I mean, to be fair, like, I kind of was.
I mean, that's correct. I mean, you just admitted the only reason you backed out of it was because you didn't want to face the pressure. So that's kind of.
And listen, the pressure only get hot if you turn off your phone. I promise, if you ain't do nothing truly heinous, if you ain't touching kids, if you ain't beat nobody, I mean, he did, right? I'm gonna stop pausing after this, y'all. But if you ain't touching kids, you ain't beat nobody, if you ain't really done nothing illegal, bro, like, bro, there's niggas who are cool with Nick Fuentes. Like there's people who are cool with Nick Fuentes, and he's literally like a racist in a N-word. I don't know if you can say that word. He's literally racist. He thinks having sex with black people is the same equivalent of having sex with a dog. And people just chill around that nigga. And people, if the facts over feelings. For a bunch of niggas talking about facts over feeling, I believe in God myself. Niggas is a lot of Christians. Like, bro, I'm just saying.
The definition of being weak. I won't use the P word, but yeah. I just got to double back on that in the editing room because he says there, not only did he back off and apologize.
Glass of wine with a nighttime. Okay, that nigga editing with some flair. Okay. Okay, gang. I like that. He said, yeah, I fuck with that.
Taking that picture.
Okay, Slob boy. I can see why you got your name.
Ethan and Eli
sit
Klein,
back in the editing room.
He says
I got my Pinot Grigio right here.
Actually went against them. He threw them under the bus.
Wow.
So, like, I basically just went against them.
Not because he actually believes that they're bad people or they did something wrong, but because he wanted to avoid the backlash and to save face.
Mm-hmm.
Think what you will about the H3 people. I'm certainly not like a stan of theirs at all. Whether or not they are bad people has nothing to do with the fact that his motives were pure cowardice.
Mm-hmm.
But also at the same time, I thought that my choice was understandable. Like, I had a family to take care of.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I feel like if you cultivate an audience, I'm gonna stop pausing. If you cultivate an audience that's really gonna leave you off some shit like that, bro, they're gonna be like flaky to begin with, my nigga. I'm sorry, bro. Just make more ways. Make more ways for other. How do I phrase this? It will just make more space for people who actually want to genuinely fuck with you for you, not with your political takes, not what you do. Like, bro, just let niggas fuck with you for you, bro. Like, that's it, bro. If those niggas gonna leave, they leave on the littlest thing you do, bro. They're not ride or dies, bro. I'm sorry.
You know, like, I didn't want this to become my life.
I have yet to be in like a major controversy, so, you know, who knows? It's a little unfair for me to sit here and judge tactics, but I do feel like a literal, I'm sorry you feel that way, and then keeping your head down and making your usual comment.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody would have fucking understood, bro. Like, bro, niggas panic. Bro, niggas be panicking online. Why you panicking, nigga?
Content would have been perfectly fine, and you'd be back on your feet. It seems like this was largely just an internal battle.
You know, people are talking about it. I'm a hot topic. And
I feel like you're a hot topic for beating on your girl.
My partner is freaking out because she's involved. You know, she's a part of the whole equation. And I start trying to, you know, say things to fix it. And when I try to help, it basically results in her screaming and crying that things are getting worse and that it's all my fault. So I'm trying to, you know, keep my job because I'm paying her a ridiculous amount of money, like $5,000 a month, to basically do nothing. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't have a problem with that. Like,
I mean, if you didn't, you wouldn't have brought it up.
If I like paying her $5,000 a month so she could, you know, lay around, smoke weed on the couch and be happy, great.
But he's trying to but guys, you guys got to understand when people give you perspective in their story, he's trying to frame her, like he's trying to act like he don't care, right? But he's trying to frame her in a light where she doesn't do anything all day.
You know what I'm saying? Like I get it. He's trying to say like I don't care about that. Like he's benevolent and he's doing herself a favor. She's taking advantage of his kindness. Niggas gotta understand that, and that could be the case, but we not gonna act like call this spade, my nigga. I be doing the same shit, bruh. Like make me look good, a better, like look a better person. I'm like, I know, man. Like, bro, what? I'm an asshole.
Okay, kind of sounds like you do have a problem with that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, like
obviously not a very good look to paint her in that light.
I'd
literally
say that everything reached an apex.
Legends.
When she recorded me in my house, yelling at her through the door.
Okay.
I was fucking pissed.
Okay, let's see the type of screw. Okay, I've been mad at my girl, and my father's been mad at it. My mom, they've been married for 23 years. 22, my fault. So there's severities and levels of screaming. There's a certain way where you're trying to get your point across and you get mad, and there's like outbursts where you just get mad. And as a dude, you gotta understand you're a bigger guy. You know what I'm saying? And especially the type of girl you're dealing with, she could be smacking on you, hitting on you. So you gotta be like, bro, stop. Like, you know what I'm saying? You screaming at her and you over here tweaking and getting mad and balling up your hands and fists. You also gotta understand that's crazy, right? But there's a certain level where it gets to a certain point where you're trying to assert dominance over something. Is it like the a type of yelling when you're trying to get your point across, or is it like when you're trying to assert your dominance over one? Because one, it's like you're just mad and she keeps fucking with you, or y'all having a screaming match in the argument and y'all going back and forth, and the other just is considered abusive, you know?
I was just like mad because I'm trying to fucking figure everything out in like an impossible situation.
Do we have a recording of that?
Trying to get things back to normal so that like we can live a normal fucking life.
Am I the one tripping? I feel like, hey guys, I'm sorry you were offended. I took a picture with the H3 podcast. I do not support genocide, but I took a picture with them because I always loved their content growing up, and I went and saw their show. Like, I feel like that's a winning strategy. I don't know. Even if you don't appease like the Twitch politics Hassan crowd, there's like plenty of people on YouTube who are not of that ilk.
And I'm like, yeah, you're a YouTuber. Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, this nigga's on YouTube.
She repays me by recording me in my house without my knowledge. She sends it to my parents.
Okay.
She sends it to friends.
Do we have the recording? Do we have the recording? I'm sorry, is there?
All right, first thing.
Is there a way to find it?
She sends it to people who are associated with Hive Mind. Yeah, and it's the biggest betrayal I've ever felt. I really I felt so violated. But like,
hello everybody.
Hear that because she looked up that it was legal. You are one of my, to like record me.
My fault, sure.
So I can damn fucking right do that to you. I can kick you the fuck out of here for what the fuck you've done to me. You've destroyed me.
What? How? All I've ever wanted to do is support.
Stop lying to me for once. Look at me in the eyes and stop lying to me. Stop being such a wimp.
All I've ever
Look at me and accept what you have done to me. Do you see what I've become?
A little dramatic.
You've killed me. You promised me.
He sounds like he's under the influence. Is he drunk or high? Sounds drunk or high.
Everything. You lied to me. Look at me in the fucking eyes and say that again. Look at me.
What the fuck is wrong with this nigga? And the thing is, it's not even that. This is, bro. I want niggas to understand, bro. Hold on. I'm just gonna let it play.
Tell me what the fuck you just said. Tell me. Get out of my house. Get out of my fucking house.
Don't do it. Don't.
You're blind.
Don't.
You are evil. Like you're evil.
Last year, Brad told me that he was arrested, along with some other.
Okay, I don't care what she's saying. I just wanted more of the recording.
upload that video, and there ain't shit she could do about it. So that's why he went ahead and re-uploaded it.
People
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That sound bad. Like, bro, just from the outside looking in, I don't know what the context of the conversation was. The fact that her whimpering and crying, and people be like, "Oh, women that use that as a manipulation tactic." In some aspects, right? But like him screaming in her face, he sounds like he's under the influence. He sounds like he's drunk. I think that would warrant like a restraining order or some shit. And I bear witness to a lot of relationship woes, and like literally, bro, my aunt and uncle, shout out to them. Not my aunt and uncle, but my uncle and his girlfriends. He's went through several girlfriends throughout my life, bro. I've been in the middle of shit when they full on had fist fights, right? And it got real bad. I remember I was like 11, bro. I was at not my uncle's house, on my grandma's house. My uncle lived there, and him and his girl was going back and forth. Bro, they literally was about to literally kill each other. She had a knife in her hand, and he was really about to rock him, sock him, this woman. My nigga, I had to stand in the middle of them, bro. Yikes. You know, and it's under that type of context, the conversation they were doing. Like, bro, it gets sticky, bro. My grandma had to hold her back, bro. Yikes.
In that state. And because it was legal, it was moral to do that. You know? But
yeah, nigga, you look crazy, gang. That shit make you sound crazy. Like that clip, you sound like you was under the influence because he was slurring his words, being overly like infantilizing. Is that the word when you just being dramatic? You're playing it up. He was like playing it up like he was a supervillain in the movie, bro. Like, and he's screaming at her and her whimpering. That's just bad looks, bro. That is literally bad looks. The definition of bad looks, bro. That's nasty work.
Man.
Like as a nigga, bro, I'm scared for her. I was scared for her. And I'm not even like, I see both sides, but that just shit, you know what I mean? That just sounds you should stay away from, like, y'all niggas need to stay away from each other. You know, like, yeah. Shit, that shit.
Gosh, why is this in a YouTube video? Okay. I mean, I'm sure I'm just saying, at this point, I'm just kind of saying what everybody is thinking, but like, if it damaged your reputation to all of those people that she sent it to, what was happening in that fucking video?
I mean, if that's the video, it sound crazy, bro. It sound like he has like, yeah, he does have a substance abuse problem. He sound like under the influence. He sound like he was drunk or high, one of those, off something.
What was going on in that video? Doesn't sound like it was good on your part.
Yeah.
You gonna elaborate on that?
Yeah.
I believe maybe like a week later.
And I understand outbursts of anger. I've been there. Like, bro, I've been arguing with, I have 3 sisters, bro. I've been arguing with my sister, bro. I remember one time I was playing on the game. My sister, I was like 19. I'm 22 now. My sister full on smacked me for no reason, and she thought it was funny. And I started screaming, but it wasn't like that. Like, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, bro, like, yeah, he was like, sounds like a villain straight out of a Vaudeville movie.
Streaming. When I said, I remember I was like doing a stream and then I left. I go to the kitchen. I see her sitting on the couch, like screaming and crying, and I'm pissed off. Like, because like I'm trying to focus, you know?
Nah, I got
get work done.
I'm like quiet, bro. I don't know.
And it
really
felt like she was interrupting that.
Hey, babe, hi. I recognize that you are crying right now and undergoing a traumatic experience of some kind, but I'm trying to talk about AJR for my 1,000 listeners, so can you shut the fuck up, please?
Your girlfriend cry. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. Having a girlfriend, not like, bro, and if this girl was mentally draining, right? He talking about like, why are you always crying? Like, cause some people do that. Some people try to manipulate other people by always crying and like, oh, I'm okay. Huh. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just Eeyores, bro. Like, they're always just Sometimes you gotta leave those people. Why do people be in relationship with people that drive them insane, bro? I get it. It's like some like financial. Y'all got like a lease together or a mortgage or some shit, right? Or y'all got like shit jointed. But bro, it's no point in being in that relationship if someone's gonna mentally drain you or bring you to the point where you're over here being abusive. Like what the fuck? Which is never okay.
Yeah, my response to her crying was screaming at her, which was bad. But my justification was, I am streaming right now. I can't have you like screaming and crying like in the house.
Nah, that's crazy. I get it. Nah, but like that sounds so. Could you imagine your girlfriend going through a mental breakdown? Or like, let's just say she just playing it up. You can't stop streaming and be like, hey, I got something to do. Girlie, wifey, going through it right now. You know what I'm saying? And the nigga got to comfort her. Guys, I promise I'll be back tomorrow, bro. And that's easier said than done, especially when something like that is happening right now. But yeah, I feel like this is like, yeah.
You know, I'm like doing this thing where I'm like, you need to go to your mom's house. She's like, you know, fuck you. This is my house too. And I'm like, I pay all the bills. This is all important. This is all important.
And yeah, that also can be, you know, a point of contention of like resentment if you're the only person, like the main breadwinner, and you're paying for everything. You're paying her. You're paying all the bills. So, which is not an excuse for his action, but if that's the problem, why are you letting this happen? Why do you let it get to this point, which is he's a horrible nigga for being like hitting his woman, or anybody hitting anybody in a relationship. Guys, keep your hands to yourself. But like, why would you let it get this bad? You trying to put a shoulder all the way and then get mad with all the stress of it, bro. Like,
important. Trust. I pay the bills for this entire place. You know, like I'm keeping it up. You don't contribute shit to the equation. Get out. She calls the cops on me, and they have me arrested for domestic violence. That is really where the story all starts. Like, you know, I'm in a jail cell.
So, if he comes with receipts and shows that this was the justice system failing, and they had an argument, and it was able to be leveraged into a false domestic violence claim, he's welcome to bring those receipts. But just the facts of the matter that he's laying out feels like there was maybe a little bit more oomph to this situation.
Yeah, like I looked at the record. Yeah, that if I was a police officer, if I heard that recording, I'm like, yeah, get away from that nigga, bro. Just off the back. I don't know the context of y'all relationship. I don't know if you're a constant manipulator. Just y'all niggas need to be apart. Y'all niggas need to be apart, bro. And if my son is doing that, like she sent it to his mom or dad, I'm gonna be like, yo, bring your ass here, little nigga. Like I'm gonna be like, boy, if you don't fucking calm down, like, what, boy? I'm like, nigga, if you don't fucking calm down, who the fuck, like stop screaming at people. Relax, nigga. Control your emotions, bro. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what, boy? I ain't gonna lie. His pop should have pulled. His pop probably old though. Like, bro, if I was his dad, bro, if I was doing that, my dad would have pulled up, bro. Like, chill the fuck out, yo. My dad is a confrontational nigga, y'all. So he gonna try to fight me. Like, scream at me, nigga. Scream at me. Even though she isn't wrong, it just make me look crazy. Like, he would just do that cause you know, that's how he show. That's how the nigga he is. And not only that, he be like, that shit make you look crazy, nigga. Relax, calm down. You know what I'm saying?
Just a shouting match. I don't know if there were threats. This is pretty obviously not a good situation. Okay, so I did come across another account about the domestic violence charges. This is a Twitter thread of an ex-editor of Brad Taste in Music. He and them had a falling out over money. They tweeted yesterday, a bit after the incident between me and Brad, I had tried to reach out to him to clear up the air between us involving the money situation. He was dismissive to me, so I gave up. A few days later, I received a DM from a third party telling me that Brad wanted to talk, so I did. In there, he apologized to me, saying that what I did was what I had to do. I mentioned that I shouldn't have went publicly as quickly as I did, and things worked out fine. I told him I wasn't interested in pursuing a proper friendship again, and we went from there. A few days later, however, I received a phone call from Brad in front of a police station. He was screaming and crying and told me he was just arrested for domestic abuse. He told me he just screamed at her, but I was skeptical and figured there had to be missing details. I stayed on the phone with him until he was at a hotel and safe. He told me things that his fiancée had done, but without much detail. He mentioned that she turned the Hive Mind crew against him.
Like, you don't got no real life friends to talk to. You got a editor with an anime cat profile pic ? Or Chinese Pokemon.
And bragged into his face that nobody likes you anymore. He pleaded with me not to talk to his fiancée, which I didn't, in part because I didn't really have a proper way of reaching out to her. But heard from a third party who did talk to her that all she did was film him yelling and send it to Hive Mind. After that situation went quiet, the whole thing eventually continued to bother me.
Nah, that's not just him yelling. That's like, he sound like a threat to her. I ain't gonna lie. That's like, I'm like, yeah, go get up. If like, bro, if one of my sisters send me that video and the nigga doing some shit like that, I'm like, nah, get away from that nigga, bro. Like,
me. So many details didn't add up to me. Eventually, I realized that Brad wasn't someone I wanted to keep connections with, considering the incident between us and what I had just learned. I later cut off contact with him and tried to put this whole thing behind me. However, one thing continued to bother me, and that was the online association I currently had with someone who I learned was convicted of.
I ain't gonna lie. Every time this nigga reading, I'm thinking this character has the voice. Like, he's reading it, but I'm thinking the character is talking like that, and it's hilarious in my head.
DV. I wanted that connection gone, so I tried to email Brad professionally, asking for the removal of any videos featuring me. However, I didn't receive a response from him directly. Instead, he tells someone that I should have apologized for slandering him and he owes me no favors and that he wasn't going to take the videos down. I saw the response and realized that there was no use fighting it and left it be. I mean, he probably does have a legal right to keep those videos up, I would assume.
Yeah.
That part of it doesn't really matter to me. Now fast forward today, and I discovered that Brad has publicly come out about the DV charge in what is a weirdly manipulative video involving the situation. I don't know the full details about what happened between Brad and his fiancée, but I have one thing I need to say. Brad, you need to get off the internet and YouTube, blah, blah, blah. The whole situation has left me genuinely confused and brain-fucked, and sitting on the nuclear bomb of information that was Brad's DV charge didn't help. Brad's ex, Tina, has come out with a statement on Twitter as of, I guess, 7 hours ago. I'm sifting through the many notes, audio recordings, and screenshots I have dating back to 2019. I'm not sure how...
Tina, do a higher angle. I don't like low angle pictures.
Much I want to share, if any. Please understand I spent 5 years with this person and he was paying me to work with/for him for less than 2 years of that. Later in the thread, she says, after almost 6 years of trying my hardest to protect him despite the abuse, I just don't have it in me anymore.
See, I couldn't find them.
So she is formally alleging abuse. There is a domestic violence arrest that did occur. It would be good if she can provide maybe a little bit more evidence, since we don't know how the domestic violence arrest technically went down, but things certainly aren't looking very promising for Brad.
I mean, he was convicted, so.
There's like a clip of me that's like me talking about how I don't feel safe in my home, and then like an hour later I'm in jail. You know?
This truly does feel like a gaslighter's blueprint to me. He's provided no receipts. He's
just and probably his excuse is like, I'm just saying my feelings. I just want to get my truth out there. Okay, if you didn't really beat your girl or do what you said, just show us the video. I had to look for the video online, and that little tidbit probably is crazy.
Provided no even alleged anecdotes as to why he should feel unsafe in his home. Meanwhile, his fiancée has provided several anecdotes and allegations as to why she should feel unsafe in the home, and yet he's saying that he feels unsafe for some ambiguous, unspecified reason. And he's attaching that to him landing in jail over a domestic violence charge.
It's crazy. And I don't want to fucking say any of this. I don't want to talk about this. It makes me look bad. But I'm also now realizing that I don't really care, because that's what happened. Those are, that's what I did. These are the choices I made. Anyways, yeah, so once that happens, the relationship is over. Man, I felt so betrayed. She basically took, she moved to Detroit. And here's kind of where it gets difficult for me.
Okay.
Because it's
you getting charged with domestic violence was not difficult enough. Okay.
One thing like losing your partner. It's another thing like with losing hive mind.
Oh my God. I mean, listen, the nigga said I lost the bag in the process. I don't respect it, but I understand what he talking about. Like that nigga said, it's one thing losing your girlfriend, manipulating her and screaming at her, you know, doing verbal abuse, allegedly. But it's one thing about losing the bag, my nigga.
The fact that, like, how on earth did this relationship not pan out? So he was friends with the dudes from Hive Mind, and they distanced themselves from him once all this stuff started coming out. Yeah, the woman I was gonna spend the rest of my life with, that was rough, but didn't hold a candle to losing my connections with this YouTube channel with slightly less than 500,000 subscribers.
That's hilarious.
I almost myself over it. Like, I had this, and I had pills. However, good news is this happened 3 months ago.
I feel like he's sympathy farming right now. I know people be like, Ty, you can't do like, I feel like he's sympathy. Like bro, I ain't gonna lie. I'm a manipulator myself. Not a good one, but I understand. I understand how the game is played, bro. This nigga trying to like, this situation made me so bored and made me want to kill myself. You know when a girl does something bad and she starts ulting, especially a white woman, she starts crying. I connotate this to a nigga saying he gonna whack himself after doing something not like horrible. Like, I don't feel as bad for you, Kemosabe. Like, come on.
And there's this much alcohol in the bottle. That means something went well.
So I feel like, I think it's a drinking problem. I think the nigga has a drinking problem.
Something's going right. So, you know, the fact that like my ex moves to Detroit, like around all these like hive mind people, and then starts like dating Graydon's roommate, you know? And like Riley leaves me on red.
Bro, you could not torture this information out of me.
Nah, yeah, he's wildin'. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's how everybody keep up with their ex list shit. Everybody be wondering what their ex shit be doing, but bro, this nigga's wild. Listen, nah, I'll be hey bro, if I would have had a girlfriend that I love deeply and wholly and heartily, and she like nah, this nigga just lost his girl. Like, this nigga, I'm sorry, I got a phone call. But this nigga lost this girl because he was a bad person. If shit just end, like, regularly and nobody was the bad person, I'll still be keeping the tabs on my girl or my ex-girlfriend.
This would be locked. This would be locked away. What are you doing?
In case you don't know who Hive Mind is, I collaborated with them. They're like a pretty big channel, but just they did to me what they did to Nick is Not Green.
But like the Nick is Not Green situation, the only reason why I know what that is, shout out Papa Gut. Nick is Not Green was trying to cancel a nigga for no reason, cause he didn't agree, cause another group was trying to say they sexually assaulted them. No. That's Game Grumps. They was trying to cancel Game Grumps cause the girl that they were working with, right? The girl, like, she was literally just a bad worker, and they fired her, and they gave her plenty of time to fucking do what she got to do. She's like, I'm coming out with my story. Shut up, bitch. Do your job, ho. All this crying and hooting and hollering. You lucky I don't throw your ass on a fucking curb, bro. Niggas is better than me. These companies is better than me. Shit.
Remember when I was there, and they were telling me the story. Nick is Not Green, great friends, you know, he has, his thing that happens.
Oh man, I literally looked up on YouTube Sly Boy Nick is not green to see if I made a video about this, and apparently I didn't. But I am generally aware of the situation. Nick is not green made basically a hit piece accusing a particular YouTube channel of a bunch of very foul shit with very scanty evidence, and it was pretty clear that it was just a personal vendetta that was motivating all
I remember
of this.
that. Shout out Papa
he got a
Gus.
lot
Shout
of
out Big
backlash.
Gut.
A
Shout
lot
out
of
the
people
Big
cut
Meat
ties with
Daddy.
him,
Fat
as I
ass
think they
nigga.
should have. To his credit, I will say Nick Green did seem to own up pretty well to the situation, but that's what he's referencing there.
And bye-bye Nick is not green, no longer associated with the name. Now, of course, at the time, I'm just thinking like, oh, thank God I'm on the right side, you know, of this shit.
He is a pussy, dude. Like, he just showed his hand again there, where it's like his relief in that situation was that he happened to be like on the right side of it. His metric of the right side being like who gets the heat, as opposed to like actually being a principled person who stands up for what they believe in.
And I actually, well, I would say became friends with Nick is not green, but I honestly just, I think he sent me a message like 5 months ago that I never checked. So even then, like, not doing great with that, but like I got to see that perspective. You know, I got to see both sides. And in my opinion, I don't give a shit. Whatever.
Got convicted with domestic violence? What is more to lose?
That's what a fucking pussy, dude. Like that's just slimy. You're just a slime of a man. Like he does not care about right or wrong, is what he keeps saying over and over in different ways. He just cares about being liked and about having a successful YouTube channel.
4 months ago,
I care about
decided-
that too, but like, I don't, bro. I be feeling bad. I'm on his type of tip, bro. I'm trying to be successful at any means possible, but at a certain point, I'm like, step on so many dead bodies. You're like, I probably should bury a couple of these.
To stop streaming.
I don't know what that means.
And stop working. It basically came down to I can't do this anymore. I can't fucking do it anymore. Like something is wrong. You know? So I'm like, I don't really know what is wrong, but I just feel like I shouldn't stream. So instead I start watching movies, and I kind of come to the idea that like, I don't really know if I should work because I really don't want to. You know?
Wow, what a privilege. I don't feel like working, so I won't.
Oh. So I just kind of keep sitting around all day watching movies.
What a
and
privilege.
then it's like the stuff with my ex, and then like with Hive Mind.
Okay.
And how that's all connected. You know, I can't get it out of my head. I fucking can't.
So he's continuing to have a mental breakdown. I don't want to throw out stuff I don't know. It feels like there are substances involved here, and he's holding on to a ton of bitterness over the collapse of his relationship, while simultaneously dodging accountability for what sounded like some pretty terrible behavior.
Like a true pro. Deny.
Potentially even abusive if the domestic violence charge does in fact stick.
Like my ex leaving to go and like be a part of Hive Mind and fuck Graydon's roommate, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. That explicit. Okay, little daddy. You, hey.
Like, yeah. Well, I wasn't taking it so well.
So it kind of goes into ramble territory from there. He talks about how the only thing he enjoys doing currently is getting high, listening to music in the car with friends, and so he will just go for long, infinite drives in the middle of the afternoon, scouting music and building playlists to get high to and listen to with friends at night. He talks about reconnecting with his dad a little bit, and then says he's going to be doing better, or he's going to be trying to do better moving forward. Listen, this guy talked about
himself a lot in this video. I don't want that to happen. I hope it doesn't happen. You know, obviously the things about his character that have come out as a result of just this ongoing drama is incredibly disappointing. I think it would be best both.
Yeah, he just needs to take a break from the internet. Literally. He just needs to literally take a break from the internet. Get off the internet. Go outside, touch some grass, hit the gym. People like the gym don't fix anything. It's just like the gym makes your brain mentally tired and your muscles mentally, or like muscles tired and your brain mentally tired. So then you get used to that, then shit get better. I don't know how it get better, but it get better.
For him and for everybody else, for him to just not do YouTube. It doesn't seem like he likes YouTube anymore. I understand that's how he's made his money, but you know, you're not entitled to continue having a job off of something that you are clearly bad at. I think he is legitimately just not good at YouTube at this point.
Damn.
If you're in engineering and you start to suck at engineering, you're going to lose your job. That should be the case with influencers as well. Sometimes it isn't. I hope that is the case with him. Again, for his sake and for everybody else's, that to me would be much better than him going on to become some sort of lol cow. Because I think I think he would have a shorter life if that were the result of all of this. So yeah, very sad, very disheartening. If Brad Taste in Music does in fact leave the internet for good, I promise I will start a Walmart brand Brad Taste in Music copycat channel just to fill the void. I feel as though that is my existential duty, given I seem to be somehow connected to this person, at least in figure. Oh shit, I was just researching this guy and I found myself on a subreddit. Fuck!
Are we serious? Oh my god. Hey man, shout out to Unc. Shout out to Unc, bro. Good video.
Things first, Brad, I know there's a chance you see this. Stop fucking uploading. We can swear in the first 7 seconds of a video now, guys. Did you know that YouTube changed the rule? Stop fucking uploading. It's not fucking helping you. It's not fucking helping your ex. It's not good for your audience. It's literally good for nobody at this point. Brad Taste in Music was a highly appreciated music review channel. He has weathered a series of abuse allegations lately. 2 new pieces of evidence just dropped. One would be a video that Brad created titled My Response, which he uploaded and then quickly deleted as...
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, this nigga about to whack himself in GTA.
Per Brad's typical MO at this point. And the second would be this. This is Brad's own community posts page where he made a post saying, trigger warning, abuse, the full uncut audio that got Brad arrested. Trigger warning is correct, by the way. Trigger warning, abuse.
Oh my god, so I could have just went to his shit. But knowing this nigga, he probably deleted it. Brad Taste in Music. Let's see. Did niggas delete his YouTube channel? Is this furry porn? What's nigga YouTube doing? Okay. I like that. I do. I like his YouTube videos. I like it. Did he delete his YouTube channel? Okay, Brad Taste in Music. Videos, lives. I mean, damn, he's averaging like 8 months ago, he had hella niggas in there, bruh. And even his other, like, that's sad. Will the community post? I get this shit too late, bro. Like, a nigga don't even got the, like, bro.
It's the full uncut audio that got Brad arrested. Trigger warning is correct, by the way. If you are at all sensitive to domestic type frightening situations, you are not going to like what's going to happen later on in this video. So you are now forewarned. Buckle your damn seatbelts. A lot of people are speculating that one of his moderators
got into his account and posted this. As of the recording of this video, this is still up on his community posts page. I don't know if his YouTube channel is compromised at this point. It's full-on Armageddon out there in Brad world. I want to make something very clear. I have absolutely zero moral qualms getting views, sharing my thoughts on a situation like Brad Taste in Music. However, once it gets to the third video on the downfall of a creator, it feels like we are very much in like vulture content territory. Let me be precisely clear about the reason behind this particular video. In the last video I made about this, Brad's ex stated on Twitter that Brad had never physically abused her, which led a pretty significant amount of people in my comments section to accuse Brad's ex of intentionally falsely portraying him as a physical abuser when no physical abuse actually happened. The same people accused Brad's ex of getting him arrested for domestic violence under false pretenses.
So, okay, so I ain't gonna lie. So the audience caused her to really, like, nah, this nigga is crazy. Okay.
After all, how can you have your boyfriend arrested for domestic violence if you yourself admit he has never physically harmed you? I believe the contents of this video completely exonerate Brad's ex. I believe that because of Brad's explosive and unhinged behavior, his ex had sufficient reason to...
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Off the audio, nigga gotta understand, off the audio, if your partner is like, this nigga's wilding off the audio, and they got enough to convict your ass, because he got charged with domestic violence, off the audio is crazy. Just straight off your voice, bruh.
To be concerned for her own safety. And you know who else believes this? Brad.
Like, she truly believes she was in that much danger. And I think that she's completely valid for that, and that she's allowed to feel however she feels about the
See, that's basically saying, the nigga Brad is basically saying, like, oh, I'm sorry you feel that way, and it's completely valid. By also, he's trying to make it look like he's validating her feelings by, but like, I'm sorry you feel that way, I don't feel that way. Like,
situation. She truly believes that everything she's done is in self-defense. And what I'm here to say is, I completely believe her. It's weird because
yeah, this nigga's strung out. Look at his eyes, bro.
To say is,
there's no life behind these eyes, bro. Dark circles, probably staying up, drinking, watching movies all night, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, this situation about to end bad. I'm not speaking that to existence, knock on wood, but I'm just saying it's getting sticky for him.
I completely believe her. It's weird because I understand what she means when she says it's in self-defense, and I don't think that this is a universal situation.
Yeah, because the way he was screaming, we looked it up. Like, the way that nigga was screaming, bro, what? Bro, what if I was a girl? I'd be scared too. I'm thinking this nigga about to chop me up and throw me fucking down a river.
I don't think this is something that represents her character. I believe this is something that was developed specifically for this relationship, so that she can protect herself from me.
The only thing approaching credence I will give to these arguments is that I do think it would have been better for the entire dialogue on this if Brad's ex had been more clear about exactly what type of abuse she was accusing him of.
Yeah, like if everybody's assuming this is physical abuse, he's over here, ah ha ha, hitting her with the 1-2 special like a rock'em sock'em toy. I understand that.
When she was on Twitter making allegations. I think when you're throwing out allegations that serious, it's good to be not vague, but I understand why it played out that way, and I think that's a very, very light criticism in comparison to everything else going on in this situation. Okay, Brad's response. Brad's pitch in this video is that he and his ex were equally victims of each other. Yes, that's his...
Like, I could lie. There are arguments can be made. Shout out Papa Gut. Still in your take again. So like people can be like both abusive to each other. Like, it's just a toxic when it's just a toxic relationship. Like, it's like a tit for tat thing. So one person does something and you do something else, and y'all both doing some abusive shit. So
that's what he's going with. He fully admits that he believes everything his ex did was fully done in self-defense. So he's already defeated his own argument.
That's what I'm saying. Like in order for shit to be self-defense, there has to be a offender to do that to someone else. So whatever she did was reactionary. That's what he said. Yeah, it does make him look crazy because you're the one who started the problems.
Before he's made it.
I'm going to be bringing up, yes, I am talking about this. I'm going to be bringing up my ex-partner. But I want to make it very clear that everything I am about to say, I have zero intention of saying like, or like trying to victimize myself through what she has done. I'm going to be accusing her of some pretty hefty things, but I want to show you that I have a pretty strong understanding of the situation, and I truly do believe that like we are both victims in this situation,
Okay,
like
buddy.
equally. I've never put a finger near her, but also at the same time, everything she's saying, you know, about being extremely hurt and horrified, and you know, like not wanting to be around me, and you know how she truly believes that everything she's done is in self-defense. And what I'm here to say is, I completely believe her, but I also think it's worth mentioning the things that she did in self-defense, and like why they would result in me losing it and screaming.
Brad goes on to address some of the abuse allegations a little bit more head on. He contextualizes.
It's really your fault. That's all this nigga Brad's saying. It's like, I'm sorry she feels that way, but it's also her fault the way I reacted, bro. You made me hit you. No, he didn't hit her. You made me yell at you, bro.
His episodes in which he would explode on his ex by saying that he comes from a loud family. Now, as mentioned before, we do have audio of one of these episodes with him exploding on her now. I think I'm just going to tastefully put in small snippets of that episode in the midst of his explanation of this behavior and let you decide whether it's a just excuse or not. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. He sounds like a fucking demon. He sounds like an Elden Ring boss in this audio.
So basically, for me though, like my family, everyone I've been around my whole life is loud. They talk over each other, they yell at each other, but they never mean anything bad by it, so I never really saw.
I get what you're saying with my family, but the way the nigga was screaming, nobody has screamed like that in my family. Like, niggas scream at each other. That's like a visceral and guttural reaction to something. Like, that's the type of scream, like, you watch your mom die in front of you, and you're like, you killed me! And you catch the nigga who did it, and you give him, like, a final villain speech before you take his life. You know? You killed... This nigga was screaming like he was about to end her, bro.
Anything wrong with it. They're just trying to be heard and get their point across and, you know, show their emotions. And so that's like me when I'm yelling.
Look at me in the fucking eyes and say that again!
Yeah, like, that's like... This is how you talk to a nigga after you spent like years, the nigga killed your family, and you spent years tracking him, and you finally found him after like a battle with half the like association trying to protect him. You're beaten and battered, and he's trying to crawl away, and you're beating him half to death, and you want the final vindication and like the validation of watching the life drain from his eyes while you're slowly beating him half to death, you know? Like, do it to me! You did this! You made me this way! You know?
Look at me! Tell me!
And
like, I literally explained it to the perfect T, bro. Like,
so the problem is I guess I'm just saying her name. Sure. Rightfully, like, gets scared of that, is horrified. What I'm trying to say by this is this situation is a matter of a bad match, because we like worked perfectly with everything, but it really was me yelling. And again, I would basically yell because, you know, just like out of instinct of trying to get a point across, or even sometimes just tell a joke. And the way that she would handle it is she would feel hurt and scared. And this just kept happening over and over again, where I didn't mean to scare her.
Tell me what the fuck you just said! Tell me! Look at me and accept what you have done to me! Do you see what I...
This is not funny. This is crazy.
You've killed me! You lied to me!
You know, she got scared. She starts acting very nervous.
Nigga, nah, that's not like, bro. That's not like a loud family. Bro, I literally I'm a loud nigga myself. I come from a loud nigga. I project my voice a lot, bro, right? I've never, like, I'm trying to think of a scenario where I've screamed at, like, I've never had those formulated sentences. I've been in fights where I've been screaming on people. That's the only level of intensity I can ever compare that to. Like, you get into a fight with somebody, they punch you in the face, and you're beating on them from above, bro. That's the only level of severity I can really say.
And then I'm like questioning why she is.
Get out of my house! Get out of my fucking house!
And then, that's when, like, I would start yelling, And then I'd see how upset she was. I was like, holy shit, wait, no, this is not what was supposed to, like, I was just trying to, get my point across.
Now, obviously, the way I edited that dramatizes it quite a bit, but I think it's a very fair juxtaposition. I'll also include the unedited audio leaks in the description below. You can check them out. The context doesn't really change.
We just were not a good match. Fundamentally, we were a bad match. We had a lot of
Daddy.
stuff in common, but this one aspect, like, basically, again, like, resulted in 5 years of gaslighting, and, like, I went fucking insane. Like, completely insane. Like, just the feeling that, like, no one's listening to me, no one understands me, and once again, a lot of that's the fact that I'm yelling, and I have a partner who can't listen to me while I'm yelling there. And
I don't think anybody could listen to you while you're yelling like that. Like, bro, that is not even like yelling doesn't get anything done. Like, I'm like I get it when people, like, let's just say you're raising your voice and you're talking to your partner and you're raising your voice to be like, okay, can you bring down the level? Annoying. That's literally happened to me. Like, niggas have been screaming in my face. I mean, I've been screaming. I didn't know I was screaming, and someone told me bring it down an octave, and I swear my blood like pressure jumped up like 10 other octaves because niggas wanted, like, why are you telling me what to do? I'm angry. Let me feel my feelings. But it's understandable. Nobody wants to get yelled at. That type of yelling, that is incoherent. That is like Latin. Niggas speaking Latin,
like, yelling is how I get, like, naturally my emotions across, so much of me is being missed.
Brother, you're not describing an incompatibility between the two of you. You're describing an incompatibility between you and all other humans. Nobody is going to listen to you when you sound like Gollum having an asthma attack. Brad then gets into his accusations of blackmailing. It kind of falls flat the way he explains it.
Wait, that's right. I was explaining basically blackmail. So blackmail is basically like somebody holding you by a
I'm a blackmail. Hello.
chain at all times, especially the person who I like cared the most about. Her holding the fact that she has stuff that she can like destroy my life with over my head is crazy.
Why would you give her the ammunition to do that, though? It's not even like she did it, like, yo. Bro, he's trying to act like he did nothing for this. Like, oh, it's not even like one bad situation that something happened where I'm like, this can really look bad. No. The nigga gave her all the tools for him to ruin her. Him to ruin him. My fault. The nigga gave her all the tools for her to ruin him.
How dare you hold the evidence of the things I did to you against me?
Exactly.
He also gets into gaslighting accusations, which are just kind of like very loosely defined. What's interesting, though, is he brings up the domestic violence arrest, which is funny because in the leaked audio, we find out that he was the one openly talking about him calling the police on her and telling them that she was abusive towards him and getting her falsely arrested for that. He fully admits to that in the leaked audio. So not only was his ex not the gaslighter
Now, that's crazy.
in this particular instance, he is trying to gaslight everybody about this right now.
If you don't respect me as an individual, then you can, honest to God, get the fuck out of my house.
Both of our names are on the lease. So that's not going to happen. And also, you are not
I'm
entitled.
gonna call the police.
Yeah.
I will get you out of here.
Both.
I will make a story up. I will get you out of here.
Nigga talking about fabricating story. Nah, he's crazy. Nah, this nigga's crazy. This nigga's crazy, bro. Like,
Both of our names are on the lease.
nah, he's fried. Like, bro, literally, bro. It's like literally he tried to paint. Literally, it's like he tried to paint her in the light that she was fabricating story when he's the main person doing it, bro. This is crazy. Now, this is Wacky Slush, bro. This is Wacky Slush. You're the one who brought it up, bro. Like,
So you will not be doing that. And
I will say my partner has been emotionally abusive, and I have asked her to leave many times. And despite the fact that I have no
but like, this is a tactic he's probably talking about, like, oh, I want her to leave. He doesn't want you to really leave. This is just trying to get you to stay. Like, I'm not leaving.
support system, she has refused to leave and has continued to emotionally abuse me. I need her to get out for at least a day. I need space, and she refuses. Can you please escort my partner somewhere else so that I can have some mental peace? That's what I'm going to tell them.
that's so.
I'm going to call them.
Okay.
You done? You need to get out of my house.
I have trouble with eye contact. I do.
I am going to call the cops if you don't stop lying to me, Tina.
right now. This is it. Are you done?
What am I lying about?
All right.
What am I lying to you about?
All right.
Was he backing her stuff?
Well, you gotta hide the weed.
All this performative, like, oh, we gotta hide the weed. He's not gonna call the police, bro. She had to call the police. This is just a scare tactic to manipulate her. We're like, what the fuck?
Brad, they're not gonna. We're both on the lease. That doesn't work.
Yeah, it does. I'm gonna say my partner is emotionally abusing me because I'm yelling, and once again, she can't hear a word I'm saying.
Pit stain of doom, nigga. Damn, turn the AC on, sweaty boy, sweaty fucking pig.
She just hears yelling. She records it. She shows it to the cops. Tells them how dangerous I
I ain't
am.
gonna lie, yeah. Then my dad be like, what's wrong with you, bro?
They arrest me, and it feels like the biggest fucking betrayal of my life.
He then concludes his video with the statement, and this is verbatim. You're not gonna believe me at all, but this is verbatim. It really is not my fault as much as it is, I don't know.
So, like, it really isn't, not my fault.
This is literally what kids do when they, like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. When I was younger, I thought, like, damn, adults really not got it figured it out, but, like, adults take responsibility for their actions. They understand what's going on, bro. But as I get older, niggas don't take no responsibility for nothing. Certain people, it's like, bro, you got no accountability. And I thought some shit as a little nigga you grow out of, like, bro, like, this nigga is just, like, this is a little nigga argument, bro.
As much as it is,
like,
like, I don't know. Whatever. Hopefully this clears it up.
It don't clear up shit, my nigga. She dropped, there's audio that makes you look crazy.
Which is such a poetically rich way to end this saga. So if I'm to summarize this video, both me and Brad seem to agree, per Brad's words, that Brad's ex was valid for feeling like she was in danger.
Yeah, exactly. No, because, bro, that's not regular screaming. Like, I know, bro, I live in a loud house, bro. And, bro, I've listened to many of fights. That's the type, like I said, my uncle and his girlfriend when I was young, when I was 11, that's the type of shit. That's the type of screaming they would do, bro. Like, that's crazy. Like,
in this relationship,
she truly believed she was in that much danger. And I think that,
especially as like a small woman, this nigga, you like a big guy. I mean, you probably couldn't hurt a regular dude like me. I'm a physical specimen that can really take down 10,000 men with one fell swoop of a punch. But, like, her, a small, petite woman, a little pudgy, but, like, yeah.
She's completely valid for that.
That, to me, kind of settles the whole thing, at least enough to say that the domestic violence arrest was warranted. That really is the crux of my argument. Brad himself admits that she had valid reasons to feel like she was in danger. That's why I'm saying this is a closed case. So, no, if a guy shouts at a woman in an argument, that doesn't automatically make it domestic violence. I agree with people saying that guys can get pinned with charges like this much more easily when all they were doing was screaming and yelling, and women may scream and yell all day long and will never get a charge like that. But that's not what was going on in this situation, in my opinion. If Brad had not admitted that it was valid for her to feel in danger, I would have a much harder time concluding this case. But
nah, he did say verbatim, like, I understand why she felt like she was scared.
He did say that. If Brad did happen to watch any of this video, he's probably left by now, but in the off chance he hasn't, I truly am not rooting for your downfall. I'm just going to call a spade a spade. At no point have you made yourself look better in this situation. At every point, you've made yourself look worse.
Not only that, you look haggard and drunk, bro. Go to rehab, bro. Go to AA, bro. Yo, get clean from alcohol, get clean from whatever you want, bro. This nigga need to find God. Go to the gym. Detox your bodies.
I'm sure you're very much like, fuck what this guy thinks because I'm the one getting views off of criticizing you this week. But if any part of you is like morbidly curious for my 2 cents, here it is. And this is gonna be a left hook, I think. Go to church, dude. Fucking go to church. And I'm not being facetious. I'm being 1000% honest there. Whatever shit you got going on is not the shit that gets fixed by taking time off and being self-reflective. I've never seen anybody bounce back.
Therapy, church, talk to a rabbi, my nigga. Shit. Go to a mosque or a fucking Muslim.
Back from the depths that you are in by doing that. And I'm not talking about career or YouTube reputation or anything. I'm just talking about like mentally, you're not gonna bounce back by just like chilling for a sec. You need to be enshrouded in a community that is passionate about radically changing the trajectory of their lives. Normally, I'd say rehab. Sounds like you tried that. Sounds like it wasn't awesome for you. Point is, you just need to be surrounded in something that is very dedicated to completely changing the way things are going. And just like general self-help stuff is not gonna cut it. So yeah, the Google Drive with the leaked audio has the incident.m4a.
Look at me! Tell me! Tell me!
The incident.m4a, I'm going red headphones, all right? I think that pretty much concludes it.
Dog.
Hey, man. This nigga need help. Shout out to Sly Boy, bro. Bro make good videos, bro. Shit will be in the description. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It's been your boy, Ty the Saint. Peace, love, picture dust. I love you all. I'm out. That shit crack. What the fuck is this? Writing a strange story. Okay. Yeah, I'm out. Hey, man. That shit wacky, bro.